And here we go.
5, 4, 3.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect.
We need to build a wall.
Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
No.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
Everyone! I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
To him finally being lionized in the prime and his prime. Fuck.
Do it!
Shit.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams change. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Luke went from being... Oh, no. Welcome, Slayer Nation. I have some great news for you today. I hope you're all doing great. Nope, that didn't work. One more.
You have failed me for the last time.
Welcome, Slayer Nation. I hope...
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
That is eating away at what you love in order for it to shine. And one man's vision is... Sometimes you don't have to make things better for them to be great again. You merely have to Okay. Hollywood continues to slow boil the culture and crazy. Well, right now, Spider-Man actor Andrew Garfield has stepped up and he's fighting motherfucker.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And unbearded dwarves, but Prime didn't stop there. They stapled in intersectionality, individuality, biddigadig-bee, biddigadig-boo.
So it begins.
At my signal, unleash hell.
and gentlemen, George the Giant Slayer.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Slayer Nation Live. It's Sunday, December 21st, 2025. A few days away from Christmas. I thought, we might as well get some of that Merry Christmas cheer, that holiday cheer going on. It's great to see you all here. We got a great show for you today. I see Star is here. Sun Shadow Systems, Beach Dad. Hello, everyone. We got Lord Thoth in the house. Eric A. King of the Mods. I got Fletcher Williams in the background, plus Istophobos, my brother from mother. All incredible people, wonderful mods. And we also have a lot of happy news to cover this week, or more positive news. I don't know, happy. That sounds kind of weird. And a lot of unhinged news, a little few things from Hollywood. They won't be really ho-hoing. But I think it's been a pretty good week. I have a new series of videos coming out soon. I think you're going to be happy with that. Channel is growing. Plus, hey, we just grew to like 3% of an audience in Japan. Place I've dreamed about seeing forever. Just somehow we got a new audience. I think that's pretty cool. Hey, Mrs. Dark Defender, Josh Hammond, Paul, Diamond Dog, all of you beautiful people. Bob the Lobster with the George. And I don't know how the hell Santa does this. This hat is hot as hell, but I'm going to sacrifice for you. So let's just bring them all on out here and fuel those flamethrowers so we can get a roast. We have my favorite, my very good friend, Baggage Claim.
It's good to be back, George. Merry early Christmas. And looking at your hat, I wanted to go fish out mine so I could be a little cozier.
Cool. It's hot as hell. Sam, I give it up to him. It's hot as hell. It's hot as hell. Plus, we got Verbal here and my very good friend, the little Platoon.
Hello. Merry nearly Christmas.
Very nearly Christmas.
Yeah, Merry almost Christmas, everybody.
Hey,
I'm not wearing my Christmas hat today, but I am wearing my Christmas thong. So you can't see it, but I'm wearing it.
That's because you got rid of the fro, so nice.
Yeah, now the hat just sticks.
Yeah, just
it's like a Brillo pad,
Yeah, I love them. But I would say we are kicking off the holiday season in a beautiful way. I'm just going to show you because Jake Paul just met reality. And he finally met a fist that didn't care about his follower numbers. And I was like, yep, St. Nick does have a naughty list. If you didn't know, he got his ass beat last night.
A little reaction there out of Jake Paul, but when he gets caught with his hands down and his chin served on the platter for that right hand right there. And look at Jake Paul's face. He knew it right away. He said, woo! I know that's Ric Flair, and he came out not to Ric Flair. He came out to Hulk Hogan, but he's up on his feet.
It couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
Yeah, it's funny what happens when you fight a fighter who's not like 7 years old or handicapped or
But still, that contract he got with him where he didn't have to give him any hard time for at least 5 rounds was really paid up for him. Yeah,
it worked out because if he would have been able to go first round, it would have been. Oh. What's funny is Anthony Paul right before the match is like, I don't want to just beat him. I want to crush his spirit and break his soul and make sure he doesn't fight. I was like, oh my God, is this guy actually going to fight? Or is this like some 6 round?
Apparently he broke his jaw. I'm still trying to confirm that. But
no, he did. Oh. His brother said it. He broke his jaw. And they asked him, is he going to fight again? He goes, hell yeah. He's just different division. Like different division. He's not in any division. He's like an entertainer.
Yeah.
I think it's time for Jake's agent to see if Nickelodeon is hiring.
Or maybe go in the direction that Logan went into, with the WWE, become a wrestler. I mean, it's
make it real.
Yeah.
Fake real.
It's fake, but at least, you're probably going to get hurt as bad as getting your jaw broken, pretending to be a boxer.
That makes more sense. I mean, WWE is so much more about the theatrics and the personalities. And that's perfect for him. I can't believe, boxing has turned into such a farce because they're allowing this to happen. It's just, everybody can just tell it's just so fake.
It is. It died a long time ago.
Well, it died when the UFC took off, right? Once people started watching UFC, boxing just became this ancient sport that people were still kind of getting like overpaid for, if I'm being honest.
Why do you think they didn't think it was brutal enough? Is that what it was? They just saw all the MMA and UFC, and they were just.
Well, you know what it is that UFC just felt more real, man. It felt like, you know, hey, I had, there's very little rules outside of elbows and biting, and even elbows in some circumstances are allowed. But I mean, but there's very few rules, right? So everyone has like that gladiator like spirit where they want to just see two men, you know, not hug the whole fight, hug each other, or have the ref break it up every time the fight gets good. UFC just lets them go for it. So yeah, that kind of killed boxing in a big way. And then on top of that, boxing really had no superstars anymore, man. Like there were no Mike Tysons, there were no more even Floyd like retired, right? So
I think that was pretty much it, wasn't it? When Mayweather retired.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty much done.
It's so weird to actually be engaged in this conversation. I would literally not know anything about this if it weren't for my husband talking about this stuff all the time. I know nothing.
That's good.
I know way too much about UFC. Way too much.
Well, cool. Hey, that is a beautiful thing. We also have some very positive news about, I saw the video clip go up an hour ago. I don't know how many people know about Scott Adams, Dilbert creator, who's been in the hospital because of his cancer, but he just got back home a little while ago and he made this announcement.
How you doing? That's my impression of Joey from Friends. How you doing? Well, if you didn't expect the show to go back to its normal time, you were surprised. So here we are. I am officially back home from a week in the hospital. We will not dwell on my medical situation, but suffice to say, I'm feeling terrific this morning, and I'm going to give you the best podcast show you've ever seen. Now, I say that, of course, jokingly, but it might actually be the best one you'll ever see.
I mean, God, I felt so bad for him, everything that he's gone through, and Trump has helped him, and everybody has helped him as much as they could. He didn't have feeling all week, and God bless him. Now he's back home.
What kind of cancer does he have?
I think it's near his spine. Am I right, Manisha? It's near his spine. Yeah, because last week he was in the hospital and he couldn't move. He was like paralyzed. Hey,
hey, what's up, y'all?
No, we were just first celebrating about Jake Paul getting his ass beat the other night.
That was glorious, man.
It was.
Did you see the picture of his teeth? Like shit. Oh man. Whew, yeah, that was lovely.
The 7-Eleven guy, you know, when I went to buy a pack of cigarettes, he was talking about, he's like, Damon, did you see Jake Paul get his ass beat? I'm like, this guy is hated.
People have been waiting for this for a while.
Oh yeah, man. Been waiting.
Didn't Andrew Tate also get beaten?
Yes.
Or something? Did he? Because that one amused me much more. I don't. Like, he's just the vile, disgusting human being. So and also he wasn't fighting somebody like 2 weight classes above him. I don't know much about fighting sports, but I understand that, you know, the Paul guy fought somebody much bigger who was also a professional boxer, and that takes some guts, takes some doing.
It does.
Whereas Andrew Tate got in the ring with another shitty influencer and lost, which is hilarious.
I didn't know that. That's beautiful to hear. Oh, wow.
Come up and all around.
I think the reason is, Platoon, that so many people have this thing against Paul, but I agree with you on Tate, is the fact that Paul kept picking boxers who are like 20 years retired. Yeah. And then he would make this thing of his win, like, I am the greatest. You're like, dude, you're fighting people in walkers.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. Even at Tyson's age now, I would want to fight him. You know what I mean? Like, I would never fight Mike Tyson, no matter how old he is.
Right, but saying that, you know, when Jake's like, I won. It's
garbage. No, that picture right there is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Who did Tate fight?
Some guy who was a TV host for something. I can't remember what his name is. I'd never heard of him before, so I guess he wasn't particularly famous either. But it's just, and I gather from what little I did read about it that the guy was expected to lose really easily, and he won, which was even better.
Wow.
It turns out that you could just, you can go around doing weird things with women in Romania, and you can talk a really good game on the internet, and you actually are not as tough as you make out to be. It's all your personality, and when your personality comes up against a glove, it kind of falls apart. Lovely to see.
I like it. Did he fight a girl and lose? I'm just curious.
Maybe she'd stick to that in future.
No, I'm not a fan of his. He's yeah.
Look, man, Logan Paul is thriving in WWE. I think Jake Paul, that should be his next move. It's just get out of boxing, go into wrestling. You know, you won't get hurt as much. You'll still make some good money. You can still keep your following and your podcast and all this other stuff, but get out of boxing.
Yeah, good advice.
I would agree.
Plus, go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of Scott Adams, please go ahead.
No, I was going to say, talking about Scott Adams, I was letting DA know. So then we were talking about Scott Adams. He got back home, after being in the hospital for a week or so.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I saw that. That's good.
Yeah, so happy to see him.
Big fan of Scott Adams. Always loved Dilbert. So yeah, I'm glad he's doing better.
And I think, he really is so unwell, but the fact that through that he keeps such a positive attitude. He still shows up because I think he gets a lot out of these podcasts and he brings a lot of value to so many people. His books are life-changing. If people haven't read them, anyone watching this, please check out his books. Reframe Your Brain is fantastic. I'm currently reading Win Bigly, which is a book about persuasion, and it's fascinating. And I think every time I listen to him, because now after Charlie Kirk's assassination, I started listening to him in the morning as the first sort of like podcast while I'm having my tea, because he does that. He does the simultaneous sip with everybody where he's sipping his coffee and then just going over the news from the previous day. And he frames a lot of things so intelligently. I think he gives sort of all perspectives on things, like really breaks down every story. And I think what I find the best about him is I'll have 1,000 irritations of my day, and he'll be battling something so intense, like the cancer that he's been suffering from. He's almost died so many times. He's been in and out of hospitals, and he's still positive. He's still smiling. He's still laughing. I think that is such an incredible strength that he has. And I'm glad so many people, he's displaying that for so many people so that we can be inspired to be just as strong.
100%. You need that today, especially when the times that we're living in, to show someone that has this unyielding hope. Yeah. They keep moving forward no matter what. It's like that's where you got to be today. Just a lot of insanity, a lot of darkness around, and it's good when you have a focus of light. So what did y'all do this week before we move on? Did y'all have a good week? Everybody? Platoon? Yeah. Good week for you?
My little nephew had his 1-year birthday today, so I've been there with like 9 other babies as well, which was I just went and hid in the kitchen and still heard them. Actually, were quite well behaved. That was all good.
Oh wow! Yeah, I have
born on Christmas Eve, so he has that irritating sort of. We're gonna have to do like a birthday which isn't his birthday in order that he doesn't just get one set of presents every year, because that would suck.
Yeah, that would. I could imagine. I haven't known anyone born Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. That would
I had a surprising amount of birthdays this week. Like people that just all of their birthdays fell on this past week. So so that was kind of wild. But other than that, man, it's been a good week. I started, like I think I told you, George, like I started working out again, started training again. And what's crazy is I'm training my nephew right now. He used to wrestle, but now he's doing his first year in college. And he caught the freshman 15, if you get what I'm saying. Put on a lot of weight, you know what I mean? Just sitting around playing video games and eating all day and, studying, I guess. But, he's home from Christmas break, and he was just like, man, I can't fit into my clothes anymore. And I'm like, well, here's the thing. You can either buy all new clothes, or you can get back in shape and you can fit in the clothes that you once had. So, so me and him he started working out with me. And the cool thing about that is, and I shouldn't feel this way at all, but I kind of do. He couldn't really keep up with me, man. I'm like, dude, you're 19 years old, dude. I'm 51. Like,
were you were punking him?
Well, here's the thing. I was going light on him. I was going like easy on him. And I'm like, dude, okay, so we're gonna do these reps, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, and you can see his eyes getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like,
These kids can't hang with the old folks, man, because they didn't grow up like that, Dante. They didn't grow up working out outside, playing and doing things. See, we had that built into our DNA. These kids can't keep up with us.
That was funny is like, you know, his parents have like this whole like gym set up at their house, so it's really cool to work out there. And you know, I've never seen a Peloton before in my life, right? And they have a Peloton, so you know, I had him get on the bike, you know, and I guess, you know, how do I say this? I won't say the Peloton is for women, but it's like, but if you look at like all the training sessions, like I'm pushing video after video, and it's all these weird guys, you know, like in pink and like yellow shorts, and and the music is like Beyonce and like Christina Aguilera. I'm like,
you mean there's no like real?
Why
like,
do you have him on?
music?
I'm like, where's the workout music here, man?
Yeah.
So
heavy metal.
So I shut off the music and I basically I put on my own, which is basically the Rocky IV soundtrack. That's the only.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And I'm like, dude, you need some real music to work out to. Okay, you're not working out to like, you know, to
Katy Perry.
Yeah, you know, I can't do it.
When I first
You know,
started
you're not
working
working out to Nicki Minaj here, dude. You
No.
need to work out to some real music.
You got to get into it, the metal. I used to, the first time when I started bodybuilding when I was in high school, of course, then after I grew up, got married, I stopped working out. Then I got divorced. Then I started working out again. Then I wrote a book. Then I gained weight. Anyway, when I first started working out, I would put on Conan.
Conan the Barbarian?
Yes, I do. I love the music to it because you have Arnold there, you know, all the poses.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was like, it just would, I loved it. Play the soundtrack over and over. Eventually, when I had my own apartment, I drove my neighbors crazy. I did because I would play it. I was obsessed for the first year. And so every night one time the guy came and knocked on me in my roommate's door and he's like, the first thing he didn't say, hello, hi, my name is, he's like, you know, I think he was like, what's best in life to crush you? I'm like, okay, yeah, I get the message. You're listening to it every night. Well, I like the movie. But
it's true also what Diego was saying, that they didn't, the kids, you know, didn't really grow up the way we grew up. I grew up in India and we would run and we would play so much.
Oh yeah.
And it was just from, especially on weekends and then summers, we would just play morning to night. And I had our nieces over yesterday. We were watching them for a little bit and they just get tired so quickly. They're sort of like bored easily. And yeah, they're like, oh, let's play. They want the next thing. I'm bored of this. Play the next thing. I want to watch, you know, TV or movies. Like they're just growing up in such a different way to, we were just outside all the time and just
all the time. We didn't go inside. It was like inside was boring, man. It was
boring. Yeah.
Right. It was boring. There was no television. There was no video games. Like we just like, I want to go outside and play. I want to play a sport. I want to play tag. I want to hop a fence. I want to ride a bike. I want to do all of the stuff that kids do. But now the kids are just inside all the time, which is boring to me, man.
It is.
They're on their video games. They're watching TikTok videos or whatever. It's like, this is dull.
Or they're walking and watching TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that. Yeah.
And
That's
you know
worse.
what's interesting? So we left. So I was growing up in India towards the end of, so in like 1999, we moved in 2000. So it was this weird time where globalization was just starting. And so before globalization, we got American TV shows about 20 or 30 years late. So it's like, yeah, it was such a weird thing. So I grew up kind of on things from the 50s and 60s.
Oh,
and
I love
then, yeah, and then stuff like one of the first TV shows that came out in India at the same time that it was being released here was that 70s show, which is kind of interesting because it's still not does not seem contemporary. But I remember when that happened, where more and more TV was showing up in India at the same time, like Powerpuff Girls, all these cartoons, and suddenly the playground became empty. And I remember that. I remember suddenly my friends were staying home to watch TV instead of coming downstairs to play.
Wow.
It was it was such a shift.
Wow.
When I got my first like bike, a Huffy, I think I was 11, 10. Yeah, somewhere around there. My mom's like, I don't want to see you back at home. Just
go.
Yep.
Just she goes, don't go past like, you know,
that street.
Yeah,
pretty much. And so
There's
I
a
would
street
just,
you couldn't get past.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you
would-
wonder, man, what's down that street? What's
yeah,
down
I
that
always,
street?
it drove me nuts too. But I would get my backpack. I had a BB gun, you know, it's like protect myself. You know, it's like a little thing. You know, you put your water in, which was a canteen, no water bottles, lots of stuff. And you're like, okay, I'm going on an adventure. And it's just going around the block 20 times, but it was fun.
Yeah, but in
Our
doing
water
that
was
though,
the
like
neighbor's hose.
that's how kids were able to get their exercise, man. Like that's how they were able to, you know,
Oh, yeah.
outside of PE at school, you know, it's like you played and you were always moving, right? So and
Yeah.
that's why, like, when you eat something crazy, it didn't affect you as much because you were always moving, right?
Yep.
But yeah, now it's like good luck, man. Like if you can get a kid away from that game controller, then you're an excellent parent.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
You are a great parent.
100%.
If you can get that iPad out of their hands,
Oh, give it up.
great
They're
parent.
addicted. They're addicted. Yes, I was strapped as a 10-year-old with a Red Ryder BB gun. I love Soul
Love it.
Assassin. I'll tell you what, though, my mom had tricked me. I did this all summer long until I eventually got to the bayou and past the bayou. And then it was like, I remember it was like the day before school starts. You know, I always loved buying school supplies. I think probably every kid, you know, a couple of weeks before. And I wake up in the morning, you know, 7 a.m. I was like, where's my mom? Man? Nothing. Because usually she'd be up and she'd be like calling me, okay, you gotta get here, you're gonna be late. And I go to the door, I check, she's like there, gives me a kiss. And I was like, what's going on? She goes, oh, you can ride your ass to school now. I don't have to get up anymore at 7 a.m. I'm like, she goes, you did it all summer. I'm like, what? Wait, it's like 3 miles. She's like, there you go. Get the hell out. You don't do that anymore. People don't do that.
Well, because the worst part is, like, you know, yeah, you go out, but if you come back in the house, they'll make you stay in the house, right? So we just stayed outside because we knew we came back into the house, we probably have to clean something.
Clean.
Right? We'd have to do work.
Yeah.
We just stayed out.
There you
Clean
go.
that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was fun. But I tell you, since you're talking about it, I had this video that I wanted to show a few days ago because we're talking about this kind of generation. I don't know where to slot this in between because, you know, I have the positive section and the unhinged, or there's just reality. But there is somebody put up a camera. I think it was called the positive or happy camera outside of a university, and just listening to like a minute and 15 seconds of the different things they say they're positive for, much different than what I remember.
I just got an internship offer today, so I'm excited for that.
One good thing that happened to me today is I woke up and I had a really productive morning.
One good thing that happened to me is that it's so nice outside and I get to hang out with my friend Kate.
Today we went on a wellness walk and it was
What the hell is that, by the way? Wellness walk? Isn't it just
Mental health
walking?
walk. Yeah, it's just, that's the thing. No, but see, to what we were discussing is that it's become so rare to go out because everything entertaining is at home that you have to force yourself to go out. And last night, so we were talking about this backstage that there was a huge power outage in San Francisco yesterday, and one thing I was just looking around and I saw so many people were out and about because it was so much more convenient to be outside of the home than inside the home. And that's what used to happen before, is that people, before air conditioning, before all this entertainment in the house, it was so much more fun to be outside. And now it's like, you're so cozy. It's cold outside. Why do I want to be outside? I can just be on my iPad all day. So I have to force myself to go out on a wellness walk so that I'm not just holed up like some rat in a little hole all day.
It's crazy. This was a just wellness walk. I was like, okay. Walking. Everything has to have such a specific name today, you know. We're not running.
really nice out. I got to have lunch with my friend Emily and Grace at the dining hall.
I got to get lunch with my friends and I'll get to see them today and hang out.
I was able to talk to my mom on the phone. I woke up on my first alarm.
This morning.
I don't know why that bugs me. It's like
waking up on your first alarm.
Yeah, it's like you're supposed to wake up. You know, get your ass up.
I have to set 5 every day. Yes.
Platoon, I used to be like that. I used to be for my first ever class, college class, I was so anxious because I'd never woken up by myself ever before. I literally must have set 5 alarms.
Oh, see, I just do it to avoid sleeping for 14 hours. That's why I do it. I don't actually have anywhere to be. I could just sleep. It's just...
Oh, hey, Paul is joining us now. Paul Chato is joining us. How you doing, my friend? How do I get rid of this damn logo so we can see Paul's face? Hold on.
Okay, I look better this way.
How you doing, my friend? You doing well?
Good.
Great.
Just
Glad
came back from an indigenous winter solstice celebration. I'm freezing.
Oh, winter solstice.
So this is the last of the short days, and from here on in, it's going to be
cold. Yes. The days are finally going to get longer.
Yes.
Oh, cannot wait.
I just would like to have a little bit of winter in Houston. I wake up in the morning, it's 38, and an hour later, it's 75.
George, you can come and be cold here in San Francisco.
I want a little cold, yes, just no black. I did watch the video of all the electric cars stalled in San Francisco.
Oh, yes. So we passed a Waymo by that was just stopped in the middle. So there was one intersection that literally had 4 or 5 Waymos completely blocking everything up.
Why?
Because they had a power outage in San Francisco, and it messed up the server. It messed up Wi-Fi all over the place. It messed up reception, and then for the Waymos, their server went down. And so these cars were just
blocking the road.
Locked up in random places. It felt very odd because they were making these weird sizzling sounds. They were going like, and cars are trying to get around them, and we're just trying. We were coming home on a scooter, trying not to get overrun by people. Yeah.
And they're just stuck.
There's something like I really love Waymo. We don't have them, I don't think, in this country, and the technology is amazing. But I just find them hilarious because of stuff like this. Whenever I do see them, they're doing something absolutely. They're like Star Wars droids, and they're kind of punching on something. There was one the other week. It's like, oh, there was an actual full-on police standoff, and this Waymo just drove right through it. It's fucking hilarious.
So wait a minute. So if the power outages, if the power goes out, the electric cars all go out?
No.
Why don't they just run off of whatever their
because Waymos are centrally controlled.
Because they're autonomous. Remember, they don't have a driver, so I thought they were autonomous.
They're not fully autonomous.
Right. They don't have
They're like Trade Federation battle droids. The control ship goes down and all the droids stop as well.
Right.
Got you.
That is the best analogy. Yeah, that's
a
exactly
good analogy. Okay, I got you. But Teslas, they were all right? Like the Teslas were okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Okay. They don't have a central hub or anything like that.
They do, but it doesn't stop you from driving it.
But they could stop you from driving it.
But the autonomous function might go down, I would imagine, if the servers.
Have y'all seen the video?
And California's trying to push for all electric vehicles by 2030. And so
luck with that.
They don't have enough transmission lines. Anyway. That's neither here nor there. They're nuts over there in California.
The reason the Waymos actually work so well is because all the technology is not in the car.
Right.
It's on the central server and then transmitted to the car.
Where is Fletcher? See if you can find the video real quick. See if you can find the video, Fletcher, real quick. There was, I think it's from 6 months ago, and it happened again 3 months ago. There were a bunch of Waymo cars outside an LA apartment complex where people were calling at 2 and 3 in the morning because this is where they would all go to park, the Waymos, and they would start honking at each other. And they would do this for hours. It was like they were going, someone was videotaping, calling the police like, I have to go to work at 6. I can't do this anymore.
Wow.
And it's every night. It's like they were talking but honking. It's like honk, 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 honk. It would just do it. It's
okay,
crazy.
interesting, because I figured that the Waymos talked to each other. They had some form of talking to each other, especially letting each other merge or something in front of each other. But clearly, it's not as they're not as friendly to each other as we would have assumed.
No. I'll drop the rest of that video we were going to look at. It just started getting worse with all the things that they were grateful for. I think one person was grateful he made his lunch, and one person was grateful like he could make a lunch. And I was like,
I am curious though, like, what would happen if we literally had to go a week without being online, right? Like if just the internet just went completely out for 1 week, right? Not a day, because I think most people can survive a day. I want to see what people look like by Friday, right? It goes out on a Monday. I want to see what people look like on a Friday. Like, do we become feral, right? Do people just like
do TikTokers go rabid?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they're like talking to themselves.
I actually think that it's like there will be some inflection point where after 7 days of just being miserable, suddenly it'll be like the scales fall off our eyes and we'll be like, oh, we're finally free. We can actually live in the moment.
Yeah, I get that every time there's a power cut. It only lasts about 30 seconds, but it's just, oh, this is actually really nice. I don't like. I'm not good at not working, but then I can't work when the power cuts. So it's like, well, fuck, I have no choice but to have fun.
Yeah.
My posture immediately improves about 5,000%, and I go outside for the first time in a year.
I feel like Gen X and older would survive pretty well for the most part, but everybody else would just be screwed.
And millennials, millennials get missed about this. That for us, we were there when there were still floppy disks from.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, so we saw that transition. So we could easily transition back, no problem. I think millennials after the millennials would really struggle.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of opening up a resort for $1,000 a week where you're not allowed to use any device.
You know what, Paul? They actually have resorts like that. Not resorts, but it's like a
retreat,
right? Where you can't bring any kind of technology.
Aren't those called primal scream retreats?
Oh, is that right?
Is that what it's called?
No, I'm joking. I'm talking about the ones where they pay $4,000 to scream all weekend.
Oh no. I'm talking about like an actual real resort, not a scam, right? Like where or a retreat.
I'm just figuring that if you pay for it, you'll actually do what you're told.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Well, there are these Vipassana retreats, which is 10 days of silence. So you're not supposed to do anything. The point is you just meditate. And I did that 2 years ago. It was very difficult, because you don't have, it's about you discovering who you are without any distraction in your life. Forget your, phone is one thing. But see, I don't know if you guys feel like this, but if I'm around family, if I'm around my friends, I don't care about my phone. I want nothing to do with my phone, because the phone is really just fills that void when you're just sitting alone, right? It's about the passage of time when you're just sitting alone. But if you have something meaningful, you have meaningful interactions, and it's totally fine. But on these silent retreats, you have nothing. You have no friend to talk to. You have no work to, even consider. And that's sort of the point, is who are you without all of that?
That might be really scary for some people.
It would be. But it would be interesting. You'd explore. You would expand.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I actually am a sociopath.
It makes sense now.
I might find out that I'm overrated.
Great fear. I'm sure every humble person sits with. Yeah.
Fletcher found the video. That's the Waymo where they were honking at each other.
So I was like, where's that coming from? I looked down. I was like, I think it's coming from the Waymo cars.
This parking lot full of driverless Waymo cars has had multiple incidents where suddenly the vehicles become confused and start honking all at each other. White says he heard it for the first time about 2 weeks ago after he was woken up around 4 a.m.
Then it happened again and again, and I started thinking, well, this is an issue.
White isn't the only one who's had issues with the noises either. Several people who live in the buildings nearby the parking lot have also had similar complaints.
Over the past 2 weeks, I've been woken up more times overnight than I have combined over 20 years.
White says he and others have reached out to Waymo about the issue. In a statement sent to ABC7 News, Waymo says, quote, "We are aware that in some scenarios, our vehicles may briefly honk while navigating our parking lots. We have identified the cause and are in the process of implementing a fix." White says Monday afternoon was the first time the honking seems to have gotten better.
Interesting.
Our ancestors sort of, woke up with the dawn chorus of the birds, and we get the dawn chorus of the Waymo.
I wonder what it'll be in the future. It'll be interesting.
I don't know, but you know what, man? I still can't convince myself to ride in one of those things.
Yeah, I haven't.
Why?
I Someone has to be at the wheel, man. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
just can't. I can't trust the machines. I can't. Like someone has to be driving, like really driving.
What I find very unsettling, if there's a passenger that it's ferrying around, it's totally fine. But something about it just driving around completely empty gives me the EBGBs. Like, where are you going? You have no master to serve. Where are you?
Right? I did take an Uber a few weeks ago, and the guy had a Tesla, and I had only been in one Tesla before, but he had so I was asking him all kinds of questions. And don't you miss that it only takes you 2 minutes to fill up with gas, instead of waiting a half hour or overnight? He had some cool things to say about it. And so I asked him, can you do the, driverless hands things? Oh, yeah, but most people don't let me do it because they're scared about it. I'm like, you can do it. Second, I'm like, can you put your hands back on the fucking car? It fell.
If you want the first driverless experience I had was in the 70s when I went down to Miami Beach, where all the Jewish old folks' homes are, and I saw these Cadillacs, massive Cadillacs with tiny Jewish women with their hands.
Oh no.
And you couldn't even see their heads. Their heads would barely be at the sill of the door, and you just saw the hands. So when you're just seeing what looks like an endless succession of driverless cars, but there's just tiny 80-pound 80-year-old Jewish women like this
driving tanks, right?
She's driving huge. It was actually that's around 1980. I drove down there in my dad's RV with my dad and I. We were heading down to the Keys, and this woman stopped right while we were stopped at a green light, at a red light, and she walked out in front of me. And the lights changed, and I'm like waving her to move, but she's going, my son, the doctor, wants me to die here. He never visits. I'm supposed to rot here for the rest of my life. Kill me, run me down. And she's yelling at me to run her down. And I'm going, lady, move. And finally someone came by and, just picked her up. And
I think this is something the Jewish moms and Indian moms have in common.
Greek moms.
Greek moms too, that they're very good at guilt. They're so good at guilt.
I don't know about Indian moms. Indian moms are good at guilt.
Oh, so good. It's like all you have to say the tiniest thing. It's like, I'm the worst mother that's ever existed. I don't even know why you bothered to ever talk to me again.
Oh my God.
Don't even come to my gravesite.
Oh my God.
I thought that was sweet.
So quickly.
I thought that was just my family.
It's amazing.
Like it's universal.
It's a talent. It's a talent.
It's universal.
Yeah.
You want me to come over? Yes, no. Don't come over. Okay, I won't come over. Why aren't you going to come over?
Why do you hate me?
Why do you hate me?
Yeah.
What did I do to you?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's like the other night. She told my mom told my sisters, like, with a dog with children like you, what am I gonna? My sister's like, what do you mean? We do everything for you. She goes, no, I was just joking. And then 2 seconds later, she's like, I don't know. Y'all don't care about me. I'm gonna end up in a nursing home. And I'm like,
right.
How did I raise y'all? What did I do to you? Why do I deserve? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And the cruelest thing I ever did to my mom was my mom is a Holocaust survivor. And when she was in her 70s, she got brain cancer. Now, through her life, and I'd never complained, she was the worst pessimist, like ever. Nothing I could do, get into show business, whatever it happened to be, nothing was going to succeed, and everything was yah. And if a glass wasn't half full, it was smashed and broken. And then she's in bed, she's got sarcoma, she's got a couple of weeks to live, and I'm just visiting her, and I said, Mom, can you tell me what this cancer has done to you? And she went, well, she's Hungarian accent, it turned me into a pessimist. And I just started howling with laughter. I could not stop. Like it was like really? Now you're a pessimist. And she said, you are the cruelest son in the world.
Oh no. What did I do to deserve a son like you?
But for her to say now that
That's funny.
I'm sorry. I'm a terrible human being.
No, You're honest.
I am a bit Hungarian. I just tell you, Hungarian Jewish mother. That's the best.
Oh, wow. That topped a couple of mine. All right. In case anybody meets
Did I interrupt anything important? I'm sorry.
No. I'm just getting flashbacks and I'm trying to stop.
Yeah, same here. I'm just going through all my stories. I'm like, which one do I actually want to share today?
The worst guilt was when I was a kid and my mom was spanking me. Why do you make me do this to you? I'm like,
oh, that's the worst.
I'm not making you do anything.
Yeah, if I had my brothers, you wouldn't be beating my ass right now, right?
Right? I didn't make you do this.
She's like, you make me feel bad for hitting you, so I gotta punish you. I'm like, wait a minute, you just spanked me, but I gotta punish you for making me feel bad on top of it.
Right, and the line is, this is hurting me way more than it's hurting you.
I'm like, you literally made me go get the switch off the tree, right?
Oh,
Platoon, do you have more? Are you a multi-named person, like 5 names in a row or anything?
Yeah, funnily enough. But that's because my family history is weird, and so yeah, I've had like 7 or 8, I think, in total, but
Wow.
it gets condensed down to 2.
But when your mother was mad at you, my point was, did she use all the names when she called out to you?
No, just the full forename is usually. So that's why it's when it's always awkward. People say, "Are you like the abbreviation of your real name, or are you the long form version of your real name?" It's like, well, professionally, I would like to be the long form version of my real name, but it just reminds me of being in trouble. So, no.
That's my point. Yes, exactly.
I didn't have, it was never that my mom said my full name or anything. I think that's a Westerner thing. Doesn't really happen in India. But I could tell my mom was mad based on her hairstyle. I could tell when I came home from school, if she had a bun up, I knew she was really pissed off.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then there was once that she just had a bun up and she was not mad. And I asked her 10 times, I'm like, what are you mad about? She's like, nothing. Nothing. She's like, why do you keep asking me? I'm like, no reason.
She's wanting to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, switch it up.
I can see that.
I never did well with the hair thing with the women in my family because I'm always blunt or don't ask me. So I'd walk in and with grandmother, mother, girlfriend, ex-wife's like, how do you like my hair? It's nice. And they're like, well, can't you tell I just got it cut or dyed or this or that? I'm like, not really.
Why do you hate them, George?
Like,
nice. That's all you have to say.
Well, yeah, because sometimes I couldn't tell. It didn't look like anything different. And they're like, well, yeah, I did a different.
Okay, so they didn't teach you any manners.
No, I was taught by my granddad to always be blunt and honest and forthright.
But there's also the continental European kind of. As a Hungarian, you learn to be the continental.
I know.
If I went into a meeting with a bunch of straight up Western men, and there'd be a female executive, I'd check her shoes and to see if anything else was matching on her. And then I would come in, I'd say, oh, I noticed that you matched your shoes with your brooch. And she would light up.
Oh,
that's what you do. That's how you do business.
Or
I'm not
pull
gonna be
out the
cynical
chair.
about it, but that's a Hungarian. You were taught as a Hungarian old world behavior. What's wrong with that?
No, I don't say anything's wrong.
Today.
I will tell you this. It was hard. I could tell when it was something extreme. But telling the different shades of blonde, I'm sorry.
You got to learn it. No.
Yeah, I'm not learning it. I open doors, pull tables. I'm like, that's just not me. Nice. You wanted something big, change it. Go black. I don't know. Do something different.
The thing is, most straight men don't have like this attention to detail that I'm sure women wish we had. And I remember me and my ex-wife got into this all the time, right? Like she'll buy something new. Like I'm supposed to know all of her outfits, right? and then she gets pissed at me because like I didn't, compliment her on this new dress she's wearing for the first time. Like I'm supposed to know, right? So yeah, it was just it was a lot of that when I was married.
I get it.
I have to give you some Hungarian lessons.
I always brought flower and I did write poetry. Flowers and poetry. Always.
Always suspected you were a poet, George. You
I
have
did.
that
No,
look about you.
Fun. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, poetry and flowers, but never did well with the hair. Like, what do you think? It's pretty. Okay.
The only time I was okay with the hair is when I knew she was going to the beautician that day.
Yeah,
so
man.
I knew
you gotta
like,
pay attention at that point.
just automatically compliment the hair. Compliment the hair, right?
You know what the problem is, Dante? And I'm sure I was writing my book at the time, and when I was writing, my brain gets so sucked into. It's not an excuse.
Oh no.
When I was writing, I couldn't tell if there was a bomb going off outside.
Sure. Yeah,
my mom would be
locked
my family, my wife would be, "What is wrong with your mind?" I'm like, huh? Did you hear the cats in the blender dying? No.
That's a guy thing. That's a total guy thing.
All right. In case you're wondering how to deal with during this beautiful holiday season, in case you run across a nose ring blue hair Karen, here's a comedian who tells you how to handle saying Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas can go either way, and I hate to offend people. So this whole last holiday season, I didn't let out one Merry Christmas. That's true. Instead, I said, may the birth of the one and only true God. Jesus Christ, bestow a blessing of grace and peace upon your household, to the belittlement of every other false religion.
I love it. Oh, that's great.
Good.
I love that comedian so much. Have you seen him talk about the difference between what religious people believe and you know that after you die you get merged with the creator versus what people who don't believe in religion believe? Have you guys heard about this one? I'll find it without disturbing, and then I'll send the link to George.
But see, this is why comedy is so important and why we can never lose it, man. Because
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we got to be able to laugh at stuff like this. Like we have to just to survive.
100%. And Dave Chappelle, you know, he picked he got into trouble this last week because of his comedy tour in Riyadh. And he started poking fun at, not really poking fun. Well, I'll get the.
Well, he called out Bill Maher for sure.
Yeah, well, he called out Bill Maher, except Bill Maher was actually right on this one because Bill Maher had said, because Chappelle has the second time he's gone, I think, to Saudi Arabia, and he had said he was able to speak more freely there than he was in America. And Bill Maher's like, really? Let's hear some of your Muhammad jokes.
Yeah.
Well, did you tell any over there? No.
That's a good
so
point.
You can't speak freely.
Although you could make the point that it's very hard to get a Muhammad joke across any Western studio these days. So, I mean, are you any more able to do it? What, are you that much more able to do it here than you are over there? I mean, try running a Muhammad joke past Comedy Central and see what happens.
Okay, so we need the Muhammad jokes now. All right.
Challenge
accepted. Challenge accepted. All right. But he also then he didn't attack Charlie Kirk as some people are framing it. He disagreed with the definition of Charlie Kirk. We're going to go through these super chats and I'll show you the clip. All righty. Graph Web for $2. Name of all that is Holy Cancel Disney Plus. Bless you, brother. I agree completely. Especially now that starting at the end of 2026, Disney will be having content creators creating content for them, basically.
Oh, really? We're getting started on that, man.
All the AI videos that you see, whichever ones they like Star Wars Tales Untold, that they're creating, that they've released 200 characters to OpenAI that they spend $1 billion on. If they like something, they're going to play it up on Disney Plus.
To quote Star Wars, it's a trap. It's a trap, man. Like, don't fall for that.
They call it a trap.
The Beast for $2. Aloha and Melee Kalikimaka, George. Panel and chat. Hey, I love it. Great to see you, The Beast. Thank you for that. Aloha to you. And
love Hawaii.
Aaron Charman for 10 pounds. Merry Christmas, George and Pam. Is that 10 pounds? Yeah. Merry Christmas, George and Pam. Hopefully nobody's on the naughty list. And you've all been good boys and girls. Good boys for half the time. Not always. Pretty good.
Define good.
Good is a perspective. No. Flying blind on a rocket cycle for $2. Hi, all. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. God, I just popped the Greek saying into my head that we say, which is too dirty to say here, but I'll tell you later. Thank you, Flying blind on a rocket cycle. Lord of the Reed for $2. Merry Christmas. Christ is King. God bless. Yes, my Jewish ancestors are right now hearing me saying Christ is King, but hey, God bless.
Most successful Jew ever.
Yes. No, I actually believe in Christ. I'm one of those Jews who believes in Christ and the Old Testament. Torah law. So I'm a weirdo. Stasia of Seasons, member for 12 months. Yay! A year, my friend. Always great to see you. Always great to see you. I know you had to change your name again. It's YouTube. Patrick Robinson for $5. Merry Christmas, everyone. I came down with bronchitis. Oh, sorry about that.
Wow.
Hate bronchitis. It's hard to smoke there.
My favorite dinosaur.
Oh, it is. It's like can't smoke.
Bronchitosaurus.
I've quit twice in my life when I got bronchitis. I was like, I couldn't smoke for a week and a half. Might as well just leave it. But wife is taking care of me. Well, hey, that's awesome.
Oh,
Why?
yeah. Okay. Man cold. Man cold. I'm feeling so horrible. Man cold.
You know, no, that would make me just look. Now, making sure I get fluid. Hey, whoa, I didn't finish the rest of it. Making sure I get fluids. Anyone seeing Anaconda this week? Is that the Ice Cube movie where he's playing Ice Cube, playing Ice Cube?
It's Jack Black and Paul Rudd. It's like they're doing a remake of Anaconda.
It's a
Right.
comedy this time, obviously, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But I read a bit that said Ice Cube is in it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be going back to make fun of a movie they were in. Like it's a meta thing. Am I wrong?
Pretty much, yeah.
And
No,
then a
you're right.
snake attacks him.
Like they're trying to make fun of it, but then a real anaconda shows up and starts kind of wrecking everything. So
Yeah, it's called P. Diddy. He breaks out of prison. Patrick Robinson for 14 clicks. Whoa. Okay. We got that one. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Fletcher. Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle for another $5. Gotten to Dilbert back in the 90s. Yep. When I was in college. Besides being hilarious, it helped prepare me for the inanities of the workplace. It did.
Man, it really did.
Was that the last time like people read like newspapers?
Oh no,
Was the
Back in
90s
the
like the
90s,
last
probably.
Hey,
newspaper
there's still
era?
are newspapers.
2000s too, I think. 2000s too.
Like early 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have a paper. We do.
No, but I mean, there's still papers, but I mean, like when
Yes.
everybody
What he was reading.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
We used to get it every morning. I loved going through the comics. And
I think it was halfway through the 2000s, that first decade the aughts that then you saw it disappear.
Yeah,
Smartphones,
it's a very
yeah.
civilized thing to do to grab the morning paper with a cup of coffee and
Yeah.
and
No
just
longer.
read it.
Oh, dude, that and magazines, man. It was something about flipping through the pages. Yeah,
Yeah.
we lost all that.
Yep.
Well, and
We
design.
don't even have them in doctors' offices anymore. I haven't seen a magazine in a doctor's office in forever.
I used to be a magazine designer, so fussing over typefaces, op-ed pictures. I mean, I loved designing them, designing the rules that went into a magazine. That was great. There's so many things that we don't do anymore.
Yep.
what is ARS? What currency is ARS?
Oh, I have no idea.
Argentinian? Maybe? I don't know.
Rands? No. ARS? No.
Yeah, Argentine peso.
Cool. All right. Always like something new. Vilmarians for 100 Argentinian pesos. Hello, George and panel. Glad to see all of you again on Sunday. I hope all of you have a great Christmas and a better next year. Greetings from Argentina. Greetings to you, Argentina, from Texas, where it's hot, cold, and bipolar, but I love it. Land of the free. TGV Monster 24 gifted one Georgia Giant Slayer membership. Please go thank TGV and thank you, my friend. Thank you. Love you. Achilles Jones for €5. Who has a clever mom? Saying, bring your laundry or let me make your laundry. It always starts like this. Yeah, I know what you mean. In my family, some of the questions would either be really direct or it'd be like, are you thirsty? I'm like, no. Well, when you get thirsty and you get water, could you get me a cup of water? I'm like, why don't you just say, can I get you a cup of water? I've never understood that. Just like I can get up and get you a cup of water, but it's always these weird roundabouts. Like,
right.
Are you hungry? No. Would you
No,
feel like a
I'm
pizza? No, I'm cool. Well, if you decide you're hungry and you want to get a pizza, you can get a pizza for me because I'm like, do you want a pizza?
I used to ask my grandmother growing up, oh, what's for lunch? And she would always say, go out and eat air instantly. Yeah. I'm like,
wow.
can you just tell me what you're cooking?
What a nasty grandmother.
No. She was actually very sweet, but it was just like it was just such a roundabout thing to say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kendo. I don't want to pronounce Kendowling. Kendowling. Oh yeah. I'm dyslexic this morning. Don't worry me. I've had too much Manischewitz over Hanukkah the last few days. Kendowling for $10. Hello everyone. Long time no see, Mr. George. Hope you've been well. I have been. Thank you. Hope you're doing great. Hello to the panel and baggage claim. You're beautiful as ever. Wishing everyone happy holidays. I love Batman and Spider-Man. Hell yeah. They're my favorites, but you miss Superman. I love Batman. Always. And I wish you.
You know who doesn't love Batman? James Gunn.
James Gunn.
Thinks he's boring.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, and Superman needs to be called a bitch and pissed on.
Yeah, I know.
The CEO of DCU.
Yeah.
I did a video saying get rid of all the costumes, get rid of the superhero costumes, just have them
Just
as people with skills.
I really am tired of James Gunn. I've really reached my limit with Gunn.
Oh, give him a chance.
No, I did. I gave him. He's done.
I know. I
know. It's just that
I used to be the biggest James Gunn defender.
I know.
Man, and at this point, I'm just kind of like, look, man, I still think he's a talented filmmaker.
He talks too much.
I just don't know what he's doing.
He talks too much. He won't shut up. He just shut up for 5 minutes and let everybody else do all the marketing for the movie. That's the problem with James Gunn. He just talks too much.
All he has to do is
and every time he opens his mouth, the wrong thing comes out.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Rod Thunderheart for
Hello,
200 Canadian. Wow. I think that's the first time we've ever gotten $200. Thank you, Rod. I appreciate that.
Wow.
Hail, George. A friend gifted me a new book trailer. See Through Love, plug. A Spanish teacher who can become invisible when angry, but when aroused, it happens uncontrollably, is shocked to discover the new gym teacher is blind, but can see her. Find at Frisian Press. Oh, cool. Hey, Fletcher, do we have a link so we can promote that? I believe Fletcher's going to post that. Wow, Rod, you just made my Christmas and Hanukkah. We only have a couple days left. Maybe I can light a few more candles. No, well, there's only 8. And you can't add anymore.
Oh, and another 100. My gosh, Rod.
Oh, this hasn't happened before. It feels like
let's promote Rod's stuff. He's paid.
Hell
for
yeah.
it.
No, everybody, but that's beautiful. No, you made my day. My story has hard-hitting action, martial arts, fight action, invisible spy action, sci-fi men who can walk through walls, betrayal from an ex-romance, ballroom dancing. Mexican Iron Man can tell you. It seamlessly blends 6 genres all together, getting more promotions on it. Well, beautiful. We'll run it on next and we'll run it here. Hell yeah. I love that name too. Rod Thunderheart. It's like wrestling. You gotta.
That is a very pro wrestling name. I dig it.
Welcome to the ring, Rod Thunderheart. That's cool. It reminds me of that character. Has anybody seen Banshee?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Great show.
You remember the Indian who's like 7 foot tall? He had, I think it was Thunderheart or something. Beautiful.
Anthony Starr, man, that was like one of his first big roles.
Cool. Well, we got them all covered now. Coming up next, we're going into the I just wanted to show everybody a sneak peek of what we have to be grateful for this Christmas and the bullet we just dodged. Well, I dodged a year ago.
Was it Iggy Pop?
Merry Christmas. How dare we?
But let me begin by wishing each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that stuff.
I'd rather hear Happy New Year and all of that stuff than how dare you say Merry Christmas.
Now, is that recent?
No, that was from 2017.
Okay.
No, that's not recent. No, it's when she was complaining about DACA. She's like, no one can have a Christmas because of what Trump wants to do to DACA.
It's crazy how stupid we got. Like, we in general, like society. It's like, if you would have told me back when I was like graduating high school, like we would be at this point of stupidity in human evolution, never would have bought it. Never would have agreed to that at all.
So Manisha, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, Manisha.
The stupid part of Kamala was not the Indian part, right?
We do not take credit for that.
Okay,
hey, we don't claim her either.
You don't claim to be.
Hey, she's not one of ours.
That was a 0-0 sum game here.
Yeah.
Come on, the two of you, both of you you gotta go for
Hey,
it.
up until like 2 years ago, she didn't even claim to be black.
I know that was a new thing.
She didn't. Yeah, she really didn't. She really leaned into the Indian side. And then suddenly she was all black, and then she was Latina for a hot minute there in the middle too.
And Crockett does that too, where I
Oh,
heard
God,
her
she's
from a long
hard.
time ago speaking very clear English, and then
jive.
Now she's like a total ghetto girl, right?
She does the
Jasmine
jive.
Crockett.
Hillary used to do it as well. Like, whenever she went south of the Mason-Dixon line, she would always just become incredibly Southern bellish. And it's like, it might have played once upon a time when we didn't have the internet and you couldn't just do side-by-side comparisons, but we can do that. So politicians should stop doing it. AOC does it as well. Like, she can do the whole Baptist preacher thing when she wants to.
Oh,
if she's preaching to the right audience.
insulting.
She does that, yeah.
But although, truth be told, I had clients in Texas, and whenever I visited them, it was very tough to not come back sounding like Ross Perot. Every time I come home, I was talking like Ross Perot. My wife was saying, "Why come you're talking like that?" Because I can't help it. I was in Texas. And I'm talking like Ross Perot all the time. I'm telling you.
Did you?
It took me about a week to get back.
No,
to
look,
my
I mean,
Toronto accent.
there was a thing in the black community called code switching, where like I get it, right? Like you're working at a professional job, you're dealing with clients, and you got to be very professional in the way you talk. But sometimes you got those family members, and Derek know what I'm talking about, where they kind of bring out the worst in you. And you start falling back into old
get back to
patterns
your
of
old
talking.
habits real easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but still, man, like if you're a politician, we want to see the real you, and we don't know what the real
agree.
you is because you code switching every 5 minutes. Like whoever you sitting in front of, that's your new people, and you're talking exactly the same way. And it's like, come on, man, that's what I hate about politicians. They're so fake.
Kamala was terrible with that. It was embarrassing to listen.
It was
to.
so embarrassing, man.
I mean, yeah,
but AOC might be the worst, man, because
AOC
every
is
time
the
I
worst,
see AOC, she is always
really
speaking in different, like, inflection, all of that, man.
I don't know. Crockett's given her a run lately.
Yeah, like what 1 minute AOC's like Jenny from the block, and then she's
Man.
But also, what they found out with Kamala, where they were running targeted ads, where it was, pro Gaza if it was being run towards Muslims, and then it was pro Israel when it was run towards Jewish people. I mean, that was just crazy. I think our tolerance for that kind of two-faced politician, that very elitist, take on the political class, it's come to an end.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're still seeing the vestiges of it sort of hanging on, but Trump really did just derail that whole. He through it, and at first he did it very effectively on the Republican side because we had a lot of that, right? We had the political class that was really hanging around, but the way he wrecked Jeb Bush was unbelievable. And then he started going on. Then, of course, he had to go after the Democrats. And I think that has been the best thing for us because it had become too polished where they knew exactly what they needed to do. And the pinnacle of that was Obama. He was just
absolutely.
I think at one time he was this idealist politician who was out to impact change. In fact, he had a lot of criticisms for his own community, and he immediately got shut down on that, right? Before he even won, Jesse Jackson just shut him down and said, you are not to criticize Black behavior in any form, but especially the fatherless issue in the Black community. You are not to say anything about
that's crazy.
And then we never heard anything about that from him ever again. Whereas that was a really important piece for him. Don Lemon is the same,
Don Lemon.
And then but once you get baptized into the ruling class, and then you're so committed where you toe the line because you're afraid of what you're going to lose. You're going to lose everything. Yeah. And then those are the people that they eventually do lose everything. They just don't see it happening because they're surrounded in this bubble that keeps telling them, just play the game, man, play the game.
Well, I've seen it. I'm not even on their level when I've seen it. Like when the whole COVID thing hit and I started questioning everything, all of my liberal friends, all of them just like dropped me, like they unfriended me, they cut me off. And I'm like, for asking questions about this ridiculous lockdown that we were under. So I can't imagine if you're higher up, the ladder where you're speaking out about things that aren't popular, man, and just to have not just have everybody turn on you, but lose your career,
Yeah,
lose your reputation. I mean, there's a lot to telling the truth. You have a lot to lose by telling the truth.
You do, but telling the truth, that's what
of asking questions. We've got your kind of asking questions, and we've got the Candace Owens.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Candace Owens.
She's just asking questions.
She's just
asking questions.
I'm just asking questions.
Candace Owens. Well, by the way, I've shared this with Manisha because she knows I'm working on a video series. I have been going through Candace's entire life.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I know. Yeah, this woman has, because I wanted to know, because I really believe I believed in what Charlie Kirk was doing. I didn't have to agree with everything that he said, but I agree with 99% of it. But I don't like the way it was reacted. I don't like the way she's been treated. Anyway, she's just the epitome of a grifter. Every time I have found that she was faced with either a financial problem in her life, she would pivot. She would look at what would be the next evolution of the grift. And she plays two roles. And now I will say, I have only seen two people able to do this. She plays victor, vulture, and victim. She sets somebody up. She makes a claim. She asks a question. She waits to pull an attack on her. Then she plays victim. Then she monetizes it. Then she declares victory. I've never seen anybody constantly playing both victim and victor.
The thing is, some of the questions she's asking are correct, right?
No,
like
well, Egypt is following Erica Kirk around. Yeah, she's
but not. I mean, but not so much that stuff for me. But the stuff of, I still find it hard to believe that this lone gunman was able to do what he did. That my mind won't let me believe that because it's impossible.
If you go hunting, I'm sorry. I've been hunting since I was 6 years old. If you've hunted long enough, it's possible. Plus,
no, George. See, George, you're talking about the shot itself. I'm talking about how did he get access?
How did he get access to a rifle?
How did he get all the way up to where he got?
I'm not even saying he didn't do it, George. I'm saying
I think sometimes
I'm saying he wasn't by himself. This wasn't a lone gunman.
I could see that, but you also forget people can be stupid too.
George, one second. Let us make our case, and then you go against it, because I agree with what Verbal's saying, and I'm glad that Candace is asking some questions, but she's gone so derailed. She's actually derailed her entire position. But there are obviously holes in what they're saying, what the official narrative is. And the biggest one is the fact that they said to us that he dismantled the rifle, and that's how he fit it into his bag. But that didn't make sense. The dismantling of the rifle, it would not be that quick. And then the video stamps that they showed us, first of all, they could have revealed a lot more footage because there are cameras all over that campus. So we should have seen a lot more of him moving around, but a lot of that was nebulous. And so even just that claim, okay, we can even believe some things around the bullet, where the bullet, there was no exit because it was the type of hunting bullet that just expands when it hits something. That can make sense, but the specifically taking down that, dismantling that rifle that quickly, many experts have said that is just impossible. And then the second thing is that the text messages to his lover it was like ChatGPT wrote them. Right. There's obviously something weird. They don't know where his lover is. Nobody has talked to him. That's another weird thing, is that whenever something like this happens, there are interviews with the family members, there are interviews with friends, and we haven't seen any of that. And I'm glad that Candace was initially, I was really on her side, that she was asking questions in this, because there was something so weird about the narrative and the details they gave us, and it was so quick, sort of just bandaged up so quickly. But then she's gone so off the rails, and I think that both things can be true, is that there's something weird about the official, but also that she's kind of a grifter, that because there is something wrong with the official narrative, and she's feeling that energy, right? Like, these things are a conversation with your audience where there's obviously an appetite for more information because something doesn't feel right. And so she capitalized on that perfectly, but has gone so left field with every suggestion, including accusing his widow. I mean, she hasn't directly done it, but there's so many insinuations.
She's gotten guests to do it. See, yes, that's the thing. She has guests do it, which is, hey, I'm clean. I will say this.
Oh, but she has done it herself as well. I mean, like she doesn't outsource all of her rotten conspiracies to other people. Like there is a real phenomenon which it's particularly true post-COVID, because the amount of institutional distrust that bred over when it was so obvious that the scientific establishment, A, didn't know what it was talking about, B, pretended that it did know what it was talking about, and C, was therefore lying on a mass scale to justify an unprecedented intervention into everyone's private life. That since then, it's led to a huge distrust in official narratives of all sorts. That's a major, major problem. The sacrifice of credibility by virtually every institution in the Western world to justify a panic response that they themselves didn't really understand is going to take years, if not decades, to repair, if it is even reparable at this point.
Yeah,
very difficult.
What that leads to is that people make a mistake when they say the narrative, the official narrative, is either incomplete or has been presented clumsily. Therefore, it is a lie, or therefore something much bigger is going on that they are deliberately not telling us, which is the leap you really need to be careful about making. It's one thing to say, it sounds suspicious that those texts were written in the way that they do, and to jump from it, well, it seems a bit weird, to, and therefore they were fake. If anyone's ever known anyone who is slightly on the spectrum, and anyone in particular, it's actually, being on the spectrum is less of a predictor of a weird flowery text style than just being gay, and he is. So I know plenty of people who write texts in exactly the manner that he does, who also have weird, unusual sexual relationships or relationship statuses. It's a kind of expression of romanticism and otherness. That's a much more plausible explanation than that the texts were released, but that either they were ChatGPT, or the government made them, or the FBI made them, or the Jews made them, or the Egyptian Air Force shot them on a missile and they landed on a phone. Whatever it is that Candace happens to be saying today. So there's a whole bunch of that stuff, which, and likewise, I would imagine is the case with the disassembly of the rifle. Some experts will say it's very hard to do that. Some experts saying it's very hard to do that does not mean it's impossible to do that, or indeed that many other experts haven't said, no, it's perfectly possible to do that, and actually anyone with a fucking 2 hands can do it. It's a product of an institutional collapse of trust, and I understand where that comes from in everyday discourse. Candace, what she does is something very different. What Candace does is she is very, very effective at looking where distrust is, and monetizing that. She is the supreme grifter. She manages to code switch between narcissisms every single day. She's arguably
She went
sociopathic.
Yes.
You know, she conned the Daily Wire effectively into hiring her in the first place because they believed that she was the authentic voice of black conservatism. And then the minute that became unprofitable to her, all of a sudden, no. What does she do? She goes and attacks the Jewish, not even the Jewish CEO, though she seems to think Ben Shapiro owns the Daily Wire. She goes to attack him to get herself fired as quickly as possible because she can make more money being an anti-Semite these days. So that's what she chooses to do.
Right. If you understand, it's like when we look at it on an evolutionary scale, it's like humans are wired.
Oh, go watch it. You're getting into Candace is a monkey territory.
I'm not.
No, I will not let you go there.
Humans,
George, please. I have my friends here.
Humans are wired for tribal monkeys. Where do monkeys come from?
You heard it.
Man, that was perfect, Paul. You said
absolutely
perfect.
That was perfect.
It's the banana question. I get it. No,
I'm just but with Candace, I'm surprised.
One second.
No.
I just want to say.
Go ahead.
Human beings, I think, on an evolutionary level, are wired for tribalism. You know, and when they look at conspiracy theories, especially when you have distrust, which I think we're at the height of our distrust for our government, and they've earned that. But Candace feeds off of that because conspiracy theories are. The tribe survived off of that, not completely, but they would look at it. It's a survival mechanism. We have to look out for the danger. She feeds that. Look, when you see that she started her career, she started doxing people, conservatives. That flopped. She got attacked. She sued. And who attacked her? Progressives attacked her. Conservatives attacked her. So she goes from a doxer with a doxing website, from a leftist to an overnight righty to Brexit to freedom phones that flop. She does the same grift Meghan Markle, identical. Two social.
She does a little bit better than Meghan Markle.
She does because she makes money. No, she does because she makes money. But when you look at the stuff that she sold outside of her podcast, they fail. Everyone's a con. Every single one. Phones, grifts, gadgets, clothes, books. She jumps. And what did she do? The latest thing? Okay, now the Jews are to blame for everything. I'm like, you wouldn't give one group that much power. I don't care if I was Jewish, not Jewish. Would you
Well, to be fair,
literally?
George, she's not talking about the group. She's talking about the country of, right? She's talking about
Yeah,
Israel.
that's
She's
not
talking
what
about-
she. No,
She will
no.
sometimes pretend that's what she makes that distinction.
that's
and
not what
then she
she's-
will slip. If she gets really angry, she slips. And
Well, I
like,
mean, when
what's
it comes to Charlie,
didn't the most
Kirk
recent one,
stuff,
like
it's
she
more
called
about
Jews contract
Israel
lords or
Yeah,
something.
she's called lately. Can't wait till you watch the video. She has clips lately where she states all Jews are part of the Satanic Temple.
Yeah.
And
Oh, sorry.
And I'm like, hey, did I get invited to the orgy? Where's my membership card?
I kind of gave it away.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part. I know
Whoops.
whenever she talks about Charlie Kirk, though, it's always in
Yeah.
relation to Israel and
It is.
as
And
a
she
country,
forget-
not as a.
Right, but she forgets Charlie's videos the week before that, the month before that, defending Israel. It's odd that she doesn't want to ever pop those up where he's like, I take offense to anybody who says that I'm right. It's right there, on video. That's why she won't debate anyone.
Yeah, the whole issue with her debating TPUSA, the way she laid it out was to say, we don't need lawyers, we don't need intermediaries, let's just do it tomorrow. I mean, and then they give her an option and suddenly she has her hands up. It's like, oh, I have to talk to my husband said absolutely not, and this. And so, and I think she hides behind those kind of situations where she tries to seem one way, and then when she's caught out, she sort of cries wolf, almost like, oh, they're trying to trap me. They're trying to trap me into something. You guys are telling me don't go over there. They're gonna, don't drink the water. I didn't even drink the water they gave me. I brought my own water, but I didn't even drink that. It's very unhinged, and the audience, the more unhinged she's gotten with all of her conspiracy theories,
They love it.
And she's attracted that because there's always, there's an audience for everything, right?
Absolutely.
And now it's almost like she's unleashed something that she can't control. And it gets to that point where you're now not conspiratorial enough for your audience. You're not, and that's what happened after she met Erica, where she tried to pull a lot of things back and started to try to get more on the sane lane. And they wouldn't let her, and they would just.
Yeah, they said she was bought. They said, or they got to her.
Yeah.
Like they
got
made
to-
all
yeah.
kind of crazy. Yeah.
That she's
Right,
a clone now.
Would you
The
say that?
visualization was fantastic.
Would you say that about it? I want to say this one thing, and then if anybody has anything they want to add, we'll wrap this up real quick. What is the one thing we're not talking about in the last 8 months, since Candace, Tucker, and everybody else? Look, I am
rectal itch.
No, I am first for America. Thank you, Paul.
Sorry.
I'm always first for America. It's like when I see illegals who will go on camera and they're going to say, okay, they're like, I just got naturalized, but if your country were to go to war with ours, which would you defend? Oh, not America. I'd go back. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? I am for America first. Period.
Yeah.
I don't want any lobbyists from anywhere, not from Greece, nowhere. I don't. You have ambassadors, go talk to our embassies, go talk to the president, go talk to senators. Now, what is the one country we have not been talking about? Our number one threat, China. Israel, not China. We're not talking about China. The biggest threat. Who gains the most from us not focusing on them? Who has actually the biggest lobby in America? China. Who has
Luxembourg is up there?
China has
Liechtenstein.
police stations in our country that have had to have been removed. Police stations, illegal ones.
Secret police stations, Confucius Institutes, and all the universities. It creates a huge underground apparatus aimed at social control via its own expats. All of its expats are basically told they must sign up to spread the influence of the Communist Party in the United States. This doesn't mean they all do by any means, but it means that China is invested in making sure that they do. It is the United States' principal geopolitical threat. It's the biggest one since the Soviet Union. It has a bigger economy than the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany combined at their height. It is the greatest threat, arguably, that the United States has had to face. And you're right to say we aren't talking about it. But that's because there are a number of other smaller nefarious countries which would much rather that we talk about Israel for completely different reasons, like Qatar, for example. It's a little bit... Candace, you can give her some credit. She's so obviously insane that you can't ever really say, well, she's definitely being paid by this person or that person, because she'll basically go for anything. On the other hand, Tucker Carlson is laughably transparent. You don't go from flipping to taking the traditional Republican line on the dangers of Islamism and then buying a house in Qatar, doing a fawning interview with the leader of Qatar and coming around then and saying, Qatar's really good and it's probably our closest ally in the Middle East, actually, not Israel. It's like, who the fuck believes that Tucker Carlson is not being paid to say this stuff?
No, he's Qatarlson. I agree with you, Platoon, 100%. The thing that's I didn't make it up. I wish I did. The thing is like I'm not looking at it's like if you want to believe Candace, you go for it. Forget Candace, forget Tucker. We have to be talking about our real enemies. Remember, China, communists. What's communist number one threat that destroys them always? Religion, Christianity, Judaism. It is. They benefit from any discussion about destroying Christianity or Judaism. Never forget that.
But see,
And
George,
anybody else-
you know my tinfoil hat, man. I think it's bigger than China even, but
Who?
I won't go into all that. But I will say
Lizard
this.
men.
I look. There's the puppet masters that are out there, and they're not just in China. If you get what I'm saying, right? But my thing is, like kind of bringing this back to Charlie Kirk for me. I don't care about all the noise.
Right.
I just know for this one thing, this is a bone that I can't let go of.
I
don't believe that kid acted alone, and I think that the things surrounding that are very sus, very shady, man. Like there's no way he acted alone.
Okay,
right?
he didn't act alone.
And here's where I'm really going to get a little more, conspiratorial, I guess, is I think Kash Patel and all those people know this stuff. They know all of this, man. And they're being real secretive and really like shady about the information about what happened that day, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure.
But do you
Candace,
think Erica Kirk?
But
Do you think Erica wants to find out who really is involved?
yes, I mean, shouldn't she want that?
No, that's what I'm saying. So that she has more motivation than us, Candace, Tucker, Bench, everybody. She has 2 kids. No one is more invested in it to me than her. So why would you question her?
Well, I'll say this. I'm not necessarily questioning her, but let's say if I were in her position, and I'm one of those people, I'm more prone to believe the official narrative than not, because I like the idea of that stability and belief in the people who are in charge. Because if I say even the Republicans can't be trusted when it comes to it, and so there's no trust in our governance, there's no trust in our FBI, there's no trust in anything, it opens up such a psychological black hole that I don't know where to put myself, right? So I would want to trust the official narrative. And if I were a widow and and millions of people had seen my husband get shot, and the current administration is there holding my hand, the second first lady is holding my hand through these initial hours, the vice president is carrying my husband through from in Air Force One, I would want to believe that those people are on my side. Because the idea that they're doing all of that and yet we're somehow involved, I'm not saying they are, I'm not saying they're involved in hiding anything, I'm not. But the idea that that's even possible would be so unfathomable to me that I would almost put on a level of blinders to accept that. So I think that, and I think that's how I would take it to try to get through the difficulty of such a tragedy in my life.
And his parents, the same you apply. See, I just think there's too many people involved who loved him that I hear what you're saying.
I think people see facts based on what makes them feel safe and that they can still operate. And for Candace, that belief is everybody's lying. I'm the only truth bringer in this world. I'm the only one who can see the reality. So for her, even if the facts scream at her that Tyler Robinson is the person who did it, she's never going to see it because it goes up against her view. So I think the motivation doesn't, like Erica's desire for the truth or Candace's desire for the truth, really, neither of them really matter. What matters is people are going to see things the way that makes them feel safe at the end of the day.
Interesting. All right, DA, you wanted to add something before I had in?
Oh no, you guys are good. I don't understand. I'll be honest, man. When it comes to Candace Owens, I've been following her for a long time, and I've already checked out. This chick's a grifter. She's always been a grifter. I don't know why people pay so much attention to what it is she has to say, because she's only doing it for the bucks. And so to me, it's always been like, anytime Candace Owens comes up in the news, I start rolling my eyes. It's like, God damn, man, this chick's a grifter, man. Why do people pay attention to her? Why is anybody listening to her? But then, like Baggage Claim just kind of said, it kind of gives people like certain like feelings of security when somebody is kind of spitting out this like narrative, that this is what's really behind the scenes. And some people need that, I guess.
Well, because they do, because most
they need to believe the narrative is, more, crazy than what it is. or some people need to believe that it's less conspiratorial than what it is. You know, people need to fall in certain camps. So all I know is Candace Owens has been grifting her whole life, and it doesn't matter what she says, what comes out of her mouth. Ever since I saw her arm in arm with Kanye, I was like, this chick is out to lunch, man. All right, Kanye's out to lunch. Candace is out to lunch. Everybody can ignore these people because they don't know what they're talking about. They're just doing it for the money. That's it. That's all. And the moment y'all figure that out, everybody's gonna be better. That's it. That's all I got.
You both nailed it. It's because some people want to make evil and make their distrust. They want to make the world make sense. And if somebody could package that and say, now what is
if you can sow chaos, and then you can present yourself as the author of the order that follows it. And
there you go.
You can just discuss like you are the bastion of truth in that situation. It doesn't matter that she might take to Twitter and say, "Oh, Mike, mark this tweet. The second week of December is going to be another 9/11," and then it comes and goes, and nothing fucking happens, but people still tune into her anyway. Oh, the same people who killed JFK killed Charlie Kirk, did they? And they must be pretty old at this point, but I guess fine. I can believe that.
What about the assassins?
What about which assassins?
The ones she said they were coming after her that was part French Foreign Legion.
The French, because she said that Brigitte Macron had a penis, so Macron took a hit piece out on her and then sent assassins, flying in Egyptian unmarked airplanes. It's hilarious. And
but she has no security. She's got the same bodyguard. I'm like, come on. You got the French Foreign Legion and the Mossad after you. You got one fat dude with a gun. What is he? Robert De Niro? Tom Cruise?
A single fat man with a gun could beat the French Foreign Legion. I can believe that. But if there's anyone more serious, like the Egyptian Air Force, you might need to upgrade your security.
Yeah, I know.
I think, and the can of worms that's really opened up is now people diving into her marriage and how things seem really odd there. So it's like now you're gonna get the reverse Candace treatment.
That's where she's going to start playing. Yeah, she's going to start playing victim. That's why I said I've never seen someone who's mastered it as much as I can't stand it, playing Victor Vulture victim. And then
well, I mean, she has the number one podcast for a reason, man. I mean, like,
what?
You know, she's very good at what she does. You know,
yeah.
Oh yeah, she is. There's no question about it. But
I agree.
Yo,
what does out to lunch mean, Derek?
What does out to lunch mean?
Like crazy.
It means crazy.
Yeah, insane, crazy. You're not here. You're not here. You're somewhere else. You're out to lunch. I guess I don't know how to. I don't know the etymology of that word, but that would
you're
be
one potato short from an aloo gobi. I can
if that makes sense for you.
I can.
I know. I'm glad you're here, Paul. You're making me feel very included. you're like an emissary. I love it.
My daughter was a professional Bollywood and an Egyptian dancer.
Really?
Egyptian, you say?
Egyptian dancer.
Wait a minute. She was Jewish Hungarian.
Jump on top of
Jewish Hungarian, and she even learned in Cairo.
Wow!
And she was a professional Bollywood dancer. But what was funny is when she performed at the 6-day Indian weddings, they didn't want Bollywood; they wanted in Egyptian style.
Oh,
because the Bollywood was just
done.
But they wanted because that was more exotic.
Very cool.
And so that was interesting. And then we'd go to Egyptian weddings and they wanted Bollywood.
Wow.
See, it's all connected, man. Candace was right. It's all connected. Paul's daughter's doing Egyptian dancing, and
you used to go to Diddy parties.
Hey, look, real quick. Out to lunch originated as an American slang in the mid 20th century to describe someone as clueless, inattentive, or creative or crazy, metaphorically equating a person's mental absence with being physically out for a lunch break.
Yeah,
that's where it came from.
I like it. I'm going to use it a lot now.
Out to lunch. Cool. All right. Libs of TikTok, because I haven't been able to confirm this, stated that President Trump posted this on TikTok yesterday. I found out the White House and President Trump have a TikTok page. I thought it was kind of funny.
No more questions?
No, that's fucking Hillary. Get off there. That was the hot sauce video I was going to, because we were talking about where she was
stitching.
Yeah, where she was saying that she has hot sauce in her purse all the time. No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is
the
president.
The cringiest moment in politics.
So
ever.
cringe. Or even Pokemon go to the polls. That people think that lost her the election.
She lost the election, yeah.
She
I
lost
think
the election.
when she got thrown into the van like a side of beef. Here it is. Trump posted this yesterday.
Tis the season to deport 'em. Fa la 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 la
Wow.
la la la.
Oh.
We love ICE and we support 'em. Fa la 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 la. Send them on one-way vacations. Fa la 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 la. Tis the season.
I mean, I know it's AI, but I kind of wish it was real.
No, it's
Oh,
on
that's
Team
hilarious.
Trump's TikTok. Whether they made it, I doubt he's saying it. Yeah, but they make a lot of
love
AI stuff. Oh,
Honestly, their socials just kill it.
oh, they do.
They
and
do.
Gavin Newsom actually tried at one point to be the same, and it just came off
It
cheap.
doesn't work.
Yeah, it does. He ain't Trump.
No, here
Nice
is
try though.
here is the Hillary one. Just since I had brought it up earlier.
Questions? He said, no, she has to go.
What's something that you always carry with you? Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Are you
getting
information right now?
Hot sauce.
She has no idea what that means.
Sauce in my bag, swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I
yes.
just want you to know people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people.
Okay. Is it working?
Prove it.
So
Is it
cringe.
pandering working?
It's so cringe.
See, that's why authenticity matters nowadays, because
Yeah.
all of these cats is just fake, fronting, they phonies, all of them, man. So we get sick and tired of that, man. That's the reason why Trump took off, because you know what, like him or hate him, he seems like the most authentic person out there, you know, in terms of, you know, just spitting it like, hey, this is how I feel about a situation. Like the little tweet that he just put out after, you know, what's his name passed away or died. People see that
Rob
Reiner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people hate that, and it's like, man, Trump, you shouldn't have said that, and people are been out of shape about it. But it's like, yeah, and that's how Trump really feels. And so even his real true feelings are going to come out regardless of the situation,
Whether you like him or
and,
not.
You know, people trying to justify this and that. It's like Trump is saying exactly what he feels. All right, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you hate him for it, he's saying what he feels. And so all of these other cats, everybody else is just, they seem so phony, man.
Yeah.
Hillary
But
seems so phony.
most
Like
people
these
must
moments,
realize
hot
that.
sauce. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, 20 years ago, all of them, all the Dems were against gay marriage. And then
Yeah,
they
they
changed
were.
the tune when the public changed the tune, when there was more support for gay marriage. Yeah, they changed the tune. Whereas Trump has always supported gay marriage. There are all these old videos that he's always been pro it. And 20 years ago, all the Dems were against illegal immigration. They were all for deporting them back and even charging them a fine. There's Hillary Clinton talking about that they should be charged a fine for cutting in front of the line. And of course, they sway to, it's very obvious that they sway to the wins. Whatever the public wants is what they're going to repeat back. And yeah, I think it's so perfect that she says, is it working? Because that's all she cares about. One of my favorite stories I heard at a wedding that I attended, I met someone who had a lapel pin on that indicated that he had served in the Secret Service. So my husband and I approached him, and we were just, wanted to, first of all, just say hello and talk to him. And he started telling us these stories. And he said that he was on the detail for Hillary Clinton when she was running against Trump. And I believe it was one of those early elections that came in. I think it was Iowa or something that came in against her. And he said that he was standing outside of the door, and the way she unleashed on her staff and called every single one of them incompetent. And what he said was, it was just so obvious that she was just so deranged and hungry for power. And that's all she's ever craved. And another detail that he said he was on was Biden's detail back when he was a vice president. He was talking to his son, Hunter. This man was in the car with them. And he was saying, to Hunter, you have to get your life together, or you're going to turn out like one of these guys. And he points to the Secret Service guy as an insult. Yeah.
Wow. I think one of the greatest things that Trump ever did, to tag on to what you just said so beautifully, is getting everybody to unmask themselves. It's just showing who they are. And I think that's one of the things that hit I will say women hard, especially in his first election, was we had 40 years of these left, right, center, didn't matter who they were, the politicians, all speaking in this silver smooth tongue soliloquy, you know, all fake, all phony, tell you what you want to hear. And you get this guy who comes out and is like, you know, low energy jab, micro, macro, you know, like Marco Rubio. He would just tell you what he thought. This guy's a midget and a moron. People are like, wow, he's rude, but he's not. He's like, yes, it's part of his shtick. He's an entertainer. He knows how to play audiences, but he's also saying these guys have been screwing you for 40 years. They're all phonies. That's it. You know it. I know it. How about we get someone in there who actually loves the country? And I think that's one of the reasons I hate him.
I remember when the Democrats were against letting people with more than 8 items in the exchange express line go through. You know, they've changed.
Those were simpler times.
Yeah, those were simpler times. Only 8 items, and they adhered to it. Now it's all crazy. Immigrants taking more than 8 items. It's terrible.
Although I do got to say something. I think that, you know, kind of not going back to Candace for a minute, but you know,
going back to Candace.
I'm bringing her up because of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Tim Pool and I guess several other, you know, right-leaning talking heads have, you know, basically said that or claim that, you know, if the Republicans lose, it's going to be because of Candace Owens.
That's such bullshit.
That is complete horseshit. And the reason why I'm saying that is that the Democrats are such a mess that if the Republicans lose to that, they just deserve to lose.
Right. She does not either have the reach. She doesn't have the reach. Their electoral dynamics, there are different aspects to it. It's what's the economy going to be? I just paid $2.19 for gas. Last week I said I had paid $2.29. It's dropping faster, at least here in Texas. Yep. I have videos from Fox, NBC, or MS Now, what it's called, People, and they were bitching. You had a woman in Ohio, praising, I'm going to bring it up and say, praising how gas prices have dropped. It means she paid $30 to fill her whole tank up. And that means she has extra money for Christmas. And you have protesters on the other side of the gas station who are like, we're dying for cheap gas. Why do y'all care about cheap? I'm like, do you understand? Cheap gas means your 18-wheelers delivering your food, paying less, which means eventually it goes to cheaper food, cheaper bills, more money in your pocket. You know, it's the same.
It's extremely localized. That like Texas has, you know, quite favorable policies toward its energy industry, so Texas can benefit from this kind of stuff. That's right. It's not Candace Owens that will lose the Republicans the midterms. No. It's the economy, stupid. It's still not good, and you can keep telling Americans that they shouldn't be worrying about affordability or whether it's a Democrat hoax. But this is people reporting to you what their daily shopping basket is costing them, and you can't claim that that's a political narrative. That is just their reality. It might differ by state, but enough Americans are enough pissed off by this, largely but not entirely because of what Trump's done with tariffs, that they will probably give the Republicans a kicking in the midterms, and then basically any hope of the positive change is gone. And not very much has actually really happened in this last year and a bit. If you think of all the big things that everyone voted for Trump to do, some of which have been made into executive orders, but obviously they can just be wished away at the stroke of the next president's pen. But Republicans in Congress haven't passed anything to solidify getting rid of DEI practices. They haven't actually stopped funding for Ukraine to the extent that Americans want to do that. There's a huge amount of stuff that has simply not been done, and it's not going to be done after the midterms. So it's not much time left in order to make a real difference if you want to win the midterms and the next election after that.
You don't think a lot of people are saying that the mid 26, that the economy will start roaring?
It's going to come down to the tax returns. If we get some juicy tax returns coming in April, I think that's going to sway a lot of people's feelings about, okay, Trump said he was going to handle it, make us a little bit, extra money, no tax on tips, no tax on this and that, overtime. And everything. And if people get big tax return checks and they're like, oh man, look how much money Trump got us, he's going to sell it that way anyway if it does happen. I think that's the saving grace. And then if the economy starts churning and moving in the right direction, I don't know when the big beautiful bill passed. I want to say it was like June,
November,
July.
was it? No, yeah.
It was in the summer
July?
sometime.
Yeah, it was before July the 4th, wasn't it? It was for the July the 4th.
So it's only been like, half a year. We got to let the economy get its opportunity to do what it's going to do out of the
He only has 5 bills.
Yeah, it's got to work. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a blue wave or whatever. Or
I think I hate to say this, but I think Donald is starting to suffer from TDS himself. Just from a comedic perspective. But I think the Democrats' bigger problem, if we're going to start talking about it now, is that if either J.D. Vance or Rubio, let's just say either of them, there isn't a Democrat out there that can stand up to those two guys.
No,
and I didn't like Rubio for years, but this Rubio is different. Yeah, this Rubio is different than I've seen.
Totally different. Yeah. So I mean, to me, the Democrats don't have a single individual that can go toe to toe with either of those two guys. That's going to be the biggest problem with the Democrats.
There was some polling that suggested in a matchup between AOC and JD Vance that AOC had 51%, but I don't think that survives the first debate. I don't think that survives nationally. I mean, she's not very popular anywhere she's really known. She's not massively popular in her own district, so I can't really see her being popular nationally.
Yeah,
well, that's like Gavin Newsom winning, right? Or getting the nod.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom has got the good-looking vote.
The crook look.
He looks like a villain.
Yeah,
He's literally a sociopath, man. He is the guy from American Psycho. That is
Patrick Bateman.
That is Gavin Newsom.
Patrick Bateman,
And his hand movements, I thought I spoke a lot with my hands. Have you seen some times when he's talking? He's like doing this shtick the whole time. Yeah. He's like, we're looking into the future.
If the Democrats lose, it will not be because of Candace Owens. It's going to be because they blew it.
Yeah. Candace doesn't have the reach or the ability. That I don't know why.
I wish a lot of these not even right wing. I mean, even guys who are like Piers Morgan, right? Like for me, Piers Morgan,
not right wing.
He's been taking L after L after L. He took that first L with Nick Fuentes, where Nick just completely demolished him. I mean, it was sad. It was almost. I felt bad for Piers watching that interview, right? And then he does the same thing with Candace, right? He has her on the show, and he's asking the dumbest questions, and he's going for that gotcha that he never gets.
Do you know what he doesn't do though? When Piers Morgan lost my last shred of respect, is he never went after any of the grooming gangs the same way that he went with every other subject, whether it was Princess Catherine or Israel. I'm like, wait a minute, this happened in your own backyard. Are you possibly afraid to say anything there?
Well, that's because Pierce's wheelhouse is letting other people talk, right?
I don't know. He didn't bring it up.
He's fine when he has like 4 or 5 guests on. When it's a one-on-one, Piers Morgan is exposed.
Yeah.
And there was one interview where he was talking to Candace Owens. It wasn't this last one. It was some time ago where it was around the Brigitte Macron stuff. Yeah. And he was, he's like, why are you even talking about this stuff? And that kind of irritated me because Piers Morgan talks about Meghan Markle every chance he gets. And look, I am the same way. I talk about Meghan Markle every chance I get. So it's like, Piers, don't point at someone else when you do the same stuff. Like, these things are interesting because there are people who care about it because at the end of the day, Brigitte Macron is married to a world leader. So people care about it. It's interesting enough. It's like, otherwise, you wouldn't be doing the same thing.
No, and he knows why he's doing it. The same reason she talks about Brigitte Macron is the same reason he has her on his YouTube show, which is that it's popular. It's just kind of clout chasing on his part because I think most of his income, I would imagine, now comes from YouTube. So he goes around and he gets on the biggest, most controversial people he can, and then they make fools either of him or of themselves, and then he gets paid. It's the unfortunate side of new media, which is that it is way more exclusively and cutthroatly about money than old media ever was. So there's no standards involved in it. It is just a case who can get the biggest, most scandalous clip this week, because that drives money.
That bothers me because it's if it keeps going this route, it's going to end up having where I'm not going to say new media. It's going to have where non-mainstream media does the worst than what the networks did, and people eventually are going to lose trust in that. I mean,
and that's been my issue with Tim Pool lately, right? It's like, and I don't bring him up a lot because I have friends who work for him, so and I generally I do like Tim Pool, right? Like I think he's fine. I just think he's been taking a lot of L's with this Candace stuff lately, and even if he's right, the way he's going about it is wrong. So I think a lot of these guys, man, they're going to attack her. They got to come smarter.
Facts, receipts.
Yeah,
Don't
that can't be
blow
the
it.
reason. Yeah, to say, oh, you have to toe party lines.
No, that's
Republicans
bullshit.
are not about that. Republicans are not. No, we're going to follow what we believe is right or wrong. That's the leftist perspective, is that you either toe the line or you get out.
Right.
I mean, what kind of reasoning is that, Tim? Yeah, Tim is very. I mean, he does kind of flounder on a lot of things. He says he's not even a conservative. He's never said he's a conservative.
I don't believe that.
And so, yeah, I don't believe it either. And so, but someone else could make that argument at him too. It's like, Tim, you better toe the party line, otherwise you're going to make us lose the midterms. What kind of control argument is that? Instead, argue with her facts, and that that will defeat her in the end anyway, because the Tyler Robinson case is going to go to court in 2026. It is going to be all televised and shown. The decision has been made by the judge. So we all get to be a part of it and figure out who was right at the end of the day.
I agree. All right. Did anybody hear? We're going to cover this real quick and then move on. Did anybody hear about the 72-year-old Target worker?
Oh, man. Yeah.
I'm going to play this for the audience that doesn't know. This is what happened this week. And then she got a hero's welcome at TPUSA, plus raised almost $300,000 on Give, Send, Go. People put it up so she can go on a vacation. But listen first how she was treated simply for wearing a Charlie Kirk shirt.
Why? They let you wear that shirt here? Yes. Why? Why are you taking my picture? Why are you wearing that shirt? You're working. It's not a red shirt. I can wear any red shirt. It's not a plain shirt. It doesn't have to be. It's a Charlie Kirk shirt. Yes. Yes, I know. Are you fucking stupid? No. Why the fuck would you wear that? You're at work at Target. That's not a Target shirt. It's not a plain red shirt. You support a racist. It's not racist. You support a racist. He's not a racist. Yes, he is. Yes, he fucking is. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to stand here and argue with you. You're not. You should go get your manager. You should not be allowed to wear that at work.
Ridiculous.
Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable. That's your opinion. No, the opinion is he's a fucking racist and you support him. That's your opinion, ma'am. And you should not be allowed to wear that. This is going to be taken above your fucking head. That's insane. Insane. Insane.
Oh man,
Did
love
you notice
that she just
the,
said, F
right-
you, she just walked off. Have a nice day.
You notice the right-winging old lady,
Mhm.
how cruel,
Yes.
and the epithets that she was hurling at the
Disrespectful.
customer. Holy smokes!
Yeah,
Someone
so
should take her
disrespectful.
down.
Yeah, so hateful.
Hateful.
Yeah, full of hate.
Do you know how full of hate she was? That the entire world was calling for the woman to be fired, that her employer had to come out and give a press conference. That day, this is what Feeney actually said, which is rare. This doesn't happen. Most people would be like, fire the bitch. Pardon my language.
I know people are calling for her to be fired for this. Do you think that that's right? Would you like that to happen?
No, I don't think that's right. Like, one saying I have is, two wrongs don't make a right. You know, she wronged me, but I don't want to wrong her, or I don't want her wrong, because it's not going to make it right. I mean, that was her opinion. But she's the one that put it on Facebook or put it on that. So, you know, but I really wouldn't want to see somebody lose their job over.
I mean, that's nice of her, but the report was yesterday that the woman was actually fired.
She was trying to get her fired. She wanted her to lose her job for wearing a shirt.
I know, but the thing is,
this lady is, I mean, beautiful soul.
Yeah.
That says, no, two wrongs don't make a right. She harmed me, but I'm not looking to harm her. Already forgave her and moved on with her life, probably. That's the beautiful thing about it.
That's the Christian ethos too.
Exactly.
Right? And that's exactly what Charlie Kirk represented. It's the fact that the other side is just brimming with so much hate, but yet they pin it on the right. That it's all, that's what's driving them insane. This should be the clarity of it.
Yeah. because they think they're on the quote unquote right side of history. So that's why that she goes and uploads all of that hate herself. She did that to herself. She lost her job because even though she recorded it, she didn't sit back and think, man, I probably went overboard. I probably should erase this video. No, I'm gonna upload this on Facebook as fast as possible to show everybody what a good little stooge I am. And she lost her job for it. Good. I'm glad she lost her job.
How much the times have changed as well, because not too long ago that would have been the other way around. It would have been cancel campaign against the old woman who loses her job. But it's kind of encouraging, I suppose, to see. I mean, I'm kind of with the old woman. I don't think you should be fired even for being a dick in public. But I guess she was. Once upon a time that wouldn't have happened. So it's a sign that people are, I think, generally a little bit sick of the whole moral, grandstanding, hypocritical, hate-filled bullshit that some of these people come out with.
Whoa. Don't you have an opinion?
No, no.
Whoa. Whoa. What a delicate flower we have.
I've been called a racist enough times on the internet not to care.
He's like, I can take it.
Yeah.
And before we get to Avatar, because I do want to talk about one movie just for a few minutes. One more thing I want to show you, and then because we went a little late today, so we'll wrap up here in about 15 minutes. A lot of the left are freaking out because the Kennedy Center was renamed the Donald J. Trump and JFK Memorial Performance Center. And one of the Kennedys said, I'm waiting till the day that Trump is out of office. I'm going to go chisel it off. Other people are going to say they want to burn it off and it needs an act of Congress. Trump said he was proud that the board voted for it. He didn't know anything about it. And this conservative brought up something on CNN that was interesting.
To be honest, I didn't spend too much time looking at this because I didn't think it was that big of a deal given the grand scheme of things that happened this week. But I personally don't care that much. But I do find it funny, Paul, that you care and that the Kennedys care, because no one in your party cared in 2020 when you guys were changing names of hospitals, parks, schools, streets, everything in the name of George Floyd. In fact, Wikipedia has an entire page called Lists of Name Changes Due to the George Floyd Protest. It is the longest Wikipedia.
Oh, and by the way, I checked it. How many, would you like to guess how many names were changed of hospitals, schools, parks, monuments?
Over
50 and under? Okay, over 50. Platoon?
I'd go into the thousands. Why not?
Okay, over 50 into the thousands. Paul?
Mr. Barker, I'm going for 51.
51.
I'm going to go with 99.
99. All right. We're going to see who's going to win. Verbal?
I have no idea, man.
I
really don't.
Gummy power, man. Gummy power. Come on. No. Okay.
His answer is yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, there's over 140.
Wow.
Did I win?
Yes.
You
won.
Platoon was thousands. We're not there. Well, these are the ones. They have one. Where is it? It was funny. The some of the names are hilarious too that they changed them to. No, it's up here. The Christopher Columbus Center.
God.
Oh, we have our name changing bullshit here in Toronto.
You do?
Well, we had a really good one that went over. So we have a piece of property right downtown, public square called Dundas Square.
Mm-hmm.
So the individual, Mr. Dundas, goes back to, the 1800s or, it's a long time ago. And he was accused of being a slaver. And so city council went out to find a new name and came up with this thing called Sokovia. No, the
Sokovia?
No. That's the
Avengers?
Sankofa. I screwed it up.
Okay.
Sankofa, which is a African Akar word for peace and gathering or something. But there's a punchline to this.
Okay.
So it turns out that Dundas was actually an abolitionist.
Mm-hmm.
He actually he was one of the Brits that got rid of slavery in the world. But he didn't do it fast enough, according to the people who are supposed to know. He should have been doing it faster. But anyway, he was an abolitionist. And Sankofa happens to be from I think it's the Akar tribe from Ghana, who were the biggest slavers in Africa at the time. So while the word is happy, happy, joy, joy, it comes from the worst group of people from Africa. So you can't win this shit when the left are in charge. And this is only going to be like a $5,000 thing, like $80 million later, and Toronto's in debt. I mean, it's there's just, you can't win from losing. It's just nuts.
But do you get the Christopher Columbus Family Academy, now called the Family Academy of Multilingual Exploration?
What does that even mean?
That's what they renamed it.
Wow.
For George Floyd.
It's like 1984, but just shit. It's not even clever.
Much.
There's worse names. Names that can change. There's the exploration of the mind, and just exploration.
Well,
it's
and
right out of
like,
Zoolander.
The thing Democrats don't understand too, for me, and it's so clear to me, but yeah, I guess there's still people who buy into it, especially Black people. But how often they bring up or invoke the name of George Floyd, and it's as if that's going to mean something to like Black folks, right? Like he died for our sins, right? Like if it wasn't for St. George, where would our souls be, right? Black people would just be lost, right? So they erect these monuments to this idiot, right? And don't get me wrong, sad he died. It's tragic, it shouldn't have happened the way it happened, blah blah blah. There have been better people who have died, Black folks, that they could have made monuments out of, right? That they could have.
But they didn't die at the hands of the cops, and that's the problem. Because he died at the hands of the police.
The white police.
The white police officers.
The white police, yeah.
Yes, very important distinction there.
That's
the point. That's the whole point of George Floyd. George Floyd is nothing but a mascot for white supremacy, against white supremacy. That's basically what he is at this point. So that's why they keep evoking the name of George Floyd. All right, because he stands for white supremacy bad, so we must stand up George Floyd, even though he was a druggie. All right, even though he probably got killed because he had too much drugs in his system, more so than the knee of Derek Chauvin. So that's one of the problems there, is that they're using the wrong person, like Dante is saying. But that's all we got. It's all we got, so we got to use them. That's it. It's ridiculous.
And, I really wish most Democrats, when I say Democrats, I mean like white liberals, I wish they would kind of take a deep look at how utterly fucked up their racism is, because it's a different kind of racism.
Right? Totally.
It's a different kind, it's the worst kind of racism. It's an insulting kind of racism, right?
Yeah.
Because look, if someone is just let's say redneck racist and doesn't like me because of my color of my skin, and he's upfront about it, and he's like, hey, I just don't like you. Hey, I could deal with that. That's honest. It's like, hey, cool, I don't like you either. We could go about our day. But man, leftist racism is so different, man.
Well,
it's the patting on the head kind of thing, we know better than you do.
It's worse. In Toronto, the left-wing liberals treat the Black community like pets.
Bingo. I was just about to
sorry
say
to use that term, but
that is it. No, that's
the right
100% what it is. They treat us like they're pets. Like they got to take care of us. Like we're a little dog wandering. This poor little dog. Let me gather him in. Let me bring him into my home. Let me take care of him, feed him, clothe him, put a roof over his head. Like we don't they literally treat Black people like we have zero agency and we can't do anything for ourselves. All right. If it wasn't for them and their nice little liberal whiteness, we would never be able to do anything for ourselves.
Well, and heaven help you that you do something, because then they go, wait, stop. Hey, we're supposed to be helping you.
Yeah.
But also, it's whatever sanctioned, whatever opinion you have, it has to be sanctioned by them. So if you believe in something that they don't agree with, now you've left the plantation. It's their plantation. Yeah.
Yes. You sold out. It's white people that call me sellout all the time. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why are you calling me a sellout? Who are you to call me anything, bro? But we get it from the Black community as well. So it is what it is. But it's sad. It's like what Joe Biden. You remember? If you can't vote for me, then you ain't Black. Like that's BS, man.
And it's astounding that didn't just lose him the election.
Right.
I'm saying something like that didn't lose him the election.
And the fact that to this day, Charlemagne still defends it.
Yes.
is crazy. To me.
Charlemagne's a grifter, and he's smart, and he could do better than what he's. But he's just another grifter. He's just not on the level of.
Candace.
I don't want to get back to Candace. Yeah. Once in a while, he has a moment of clarity. No, we just cleared Candace. Anyway, we're going to take a few super chats, then we'll cover our last thing. We're out of here. All right. Hey, that hat. I love wearing the Santa hat, but it's too hot. Ken Dowling for $10. George, I like Superman, but Bats and Spider are my favorites. I get it. I love Superman. Bats, my number one favorite, and then Superman. I respect Supes a heck of a lot more than James Gunn. Yes, I understand. We all do. And Batman isn't boring. Shaking my head. James Gunn. What an idiot. Take care, people. Take care, my friend. I hope you have a great Christmas.
You know, it's those kind of comments, man, that people don't have faith in James Gunn anymore, man. It's like you can't look, even if you feel that way, you cannot say that out loud.
No, I agree.
Batman is the flagship hero of your company, and you're saying that you don't like him because he's boring.
The CEO of the company. The CEO of the company said his biggest character is boring.
Right, I know.
And I can fix him. It's like, all right, bro. Go ahead, fix him.
What's he going to do? Make him crack jokes?
Oh, yeah, of course, man. He's going to bring in Batmite. That's what he wants to do. He can't wait to get to Batmite. James Gunn is the worst person to possibly run.
James Gunn, he wants it. He wants an Adam West Batman. That's what he wants.
So he wants to go back to. Why? I'm hearing like bat nipples and George Clooney almost.
Because James Gunn can't do anything without humor, right? That like people don't realize that that's his weakness. He can't do straight drama, straight serious. He has to have comedic elements in all of the stuff.
Man, I'm liking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's what's worked for him, right? That's what's always worked for him.
That's his wheelhouse.
That's his wheelhouse. He knows it. He understands it. He doesn't understand, like a regular Superman movie, or even like Batman, a serious, Christopher Nolan or Matt Reeves Batman. He doesn't understand how that works. He thinks it's boring. And so he wants to add jokes and comedy and,
I hate that about the current trend because, so I noticed this. I watched the live symphony performance for Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers back in May. And The Two Towers is my favorite of the three. And what I found really odd is that the audience kept laughing at really inappropriate moments because there are certain lighthearted jokes that the trilogy has, but there was one comment from Mary where he says, I think we made a mistake by leaving the Shire because he's injured and they're going to their death. They think that they're going to their death, and people laughed at that. And I thought, oh, this is the new Marvel effect, like the new type of movie that nothing can be taken seriously. There's no poignant moment. Everything has to be dealt with some level of levity. And I've noticed this even with some people that who are close to me that are still single, and that's a hard thing to do because we are inching towards our 40s, and when you're still single and looking down the barrel at 40, you start to sort of wonder where everything's kind of gone wrong. And there are a couple of people in my life that they cannot handle a single serious moment without injecting humor into it. It's just they just can't sit with it.
Well, it's the Joss Whedon effect, basically. It's the Buffy effect. Yeah,
but even with Buffy though, there were serious moments. It was. I think they took that. They didn't know how to write that balance of heart and levity, and so they extrapolated it out after he left because I thought he's always handled that balance really well. So there's certain moments that are just serious, they're serious. But it's that faux, I would say like that they're copycat attempt.
Well, I mean, that's what I want to say. Yeah. It's the people who watch Joss Whedon stuff and are like, oh, I could do what he does. But they don't realize there's a nuance to the way Joss Whedon writes.
Right.
Absolutely. Rod Thunderheart is back, $20. I used to be a pro wrestling. The name, I get it. And I met and trained into the Hart family. Primary.
Oh, really?
That's pretty.
Wow, the Hearts. Okay,
yeah,
that's serious shit, man. Canada
was
they're
Teddy
like royalty in Canada, man.
Yeah.
Primary trainer was Teddy Hart, but I met Stu Hart from his mom, Georgia.
Stu Hart, man. Wow, legend.
Stu at 85 still stretched me, but Stu liked my tenacity. This was my wrestling. I knew it.
Yeah,
Rod Thunderheart.
It's known as the dungeon. The Heart Dungeon.
Wow. Thank you for that, Rod. Glad you shared that. Rod Thunderheart again for $10. Hey, a quick note. See Through Love can be found on Amazon, Frisian Press as well. New copies cheaper, Frisian Press. Thank you for everything, sir. The panel rocks. Thank you, Paul Chados, sir. Awesome. Hey, by the way, I pulled up so everybody can see it. I pulled up your Amazon page. Let me get it here. Everybody, go check this out. See Through Love. Rod Thunderheart. He wrote it. We want to support him.
Nice.
Cool.
Hey, we want to support all of our people. There you go, Rod Thunderheart. I'm going to buy one. Wishing you the best, my friend. Tell us how you're doing, and we'll keep pushing it. And Mark of Reality, great to see you. For $5, how is that Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton represents all black people? He's never really won at the ballot box.
They don't anymore. Okay, like they did. I say from like the 70s to like the maybe late 90s, late 90s. Most black folks today don't care about those names.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
But they were going to give the impression that they spoke for all black people, because the way the Democrat Party always treated black people was essentially this weird group to be engaged with via community activist centers and community interest groups. And if you can make yourself the voice essentially of the official Democratic liaison with the black voter, which they both did, then you can kind of just direct all the money that party is willing to spend on those groups. And you end up monopolizing kind of a set of NGOs. It was a very effective grift while it lasted. They were very good at that.
Well, yeah, because there was like very little black leadership, and all we had was like, this ex-preacher and this ex-pimp who came together and,
But have you noticed
how became the voice of black folks?
It's Obama now. Now Obama's like the new guy that represents, at least that's what they want, to represent the black community or black people.
I just see a lot of liberal white women doing that now.
But Obama trying to evangelize for Kamala just backfired.
It does.
It proved, it was. I mean, but I think that was great. It proved just how irrelevant that kind of push is now becoming with the.
Well, it especially didn't help him when he insulted all black men by saying, challenging us, that if we don't vote for Kamala Harris, it's because she's a black woman. I'm like, no, dude, you're done.
I'm gonna need the brothers to step up. I'm gonna need you brothers to step up. Like, bruh, what are you talking about? Step up to what? I'm stepping up and voting for Trump. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
But you don't think it's liberal white women now pushing it a lot?
Yeah.
Taking the place of Jackson and
well, no. It's not just liberal white women. It's also liberal black women, right? Like black women and black gays have kind of become, unfortunately, for some reason, the voice of like the black community when it comes to like voting and stuff, and especially when it comes to like the Democrat Party, right? Like that's the biggest part of their party is black women and black gays, right? And so funny enough, straight black men have gone more right because of it. Yeah. So,
and I just wanted to say that
that's what Obama was talking about.
The pandering also by Kamala, by the way, it just is so obvious with even her name. She doesn't have a black name. She just pronounces it like a black name. Her name is Indian. It's Kamala. That's the name. But she had to do it a little bit with that black lilt to it to embrace that side instead. It's so.
It's Kamala. Try and pretend it was racist when people were saying it's Kamala, and no, it's not. That's racist. You can't say that. It's Kamala. It's just the basic structure of the English language.
Didn't claim to be black until like 2023.
Right.
Like that's what she claimed to be black.
She was always saying South Indian. First South Indian senator, blah, blah, blah. It was all over the place.
That's
South
right.
Asian, South Indian, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
South Asian senator. She was putting that out there all the time. And so, and I'm from California, believe me, I heard that all the time. Okay, that's how she identifies herself. And then all of a sudden she's black. And it's like, wow, when did that happen?
I thought she claimed she was black when she had Willie Brown. Wasn't it? No,
I mean,
and Montel Williams, or what's his name? Montel Williams.
Montel
Williams is
yeah.
a dude.
Look, I'm not going to slut shame here. I'm just,
I'm not slut shaming. I'm talking. She's a moron. That's not slut shaming. All right, Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast for $6.65. Yeah. Next thing you'll be denying space lasers. or that weather control device in your basement, George. Oh, we're doing the Jewish thing. I have space lasers. Paul's got the weather device. I want him to give it to me so I can freeze Houston, so I can be in the cold.
Nope. He'll never
Won't give it to me.
The instructions are in Chinese.
Yeah.
I did like
All
the
I'm
meme they
saying
created
is,
there with the
if
Jewish
there
space
are
laser.
Jewish space lasers, I want one.
It would be cool.
I want
Someone mocks up the image of the Death Star, but it creates the Star of David when it fires the green lasers. It's very funny. I want one of those.
And then and it plays Fiddler on the Roof. If I was a rich man.
Didn't you see Spaceballs?
Yes.
It sucks.
That's true.
It sucks.
It sucks. By the way, Lewis Pullman, that was one of the topics we were going to hit. Man, we'll hit it next week. Lewis Pullman said that he had been waiting his whole life, which I guess he wanted to act his whole life, to act with his dad. And he is never
is
more
he in the
excited.
movie?
Yeah, Lewis Pullman and Bill Pullman together
cool.
in Spaceballs 2.
I mean, I'm not looking very forward to the movie, but that's pretty cool.
Well, everybody's back except obviously John Candy, since he's dead. But
well, wait. So all of them are back? Rick Moranis, all of them?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Rick Moranis, all of them. Daphne Zuniga, which I haven't seen her in years. So,
ooh, long time.
I wonder if he's going to play Pullman's son. I forgot the name of the Luke Skywalker knockoff in Spaceball. What was his name?
I
the Han
always
Solo.
kind of worry, man. Like, when you have when a comedian or a filmmaker reaches a certain age, it's kind of like, do they still got it, right? I love Mel Brooks, man, and I want to keep his movies sacred, I
do.
want...
Thank you, Soul Assassin Lone Star. Yeah, I think he's playing Lone Star's son. I think so. But they acted together. Flying blind on a rocket cycle for $5. There was a recent China news item. The Sim Farm network found in NYC that aimed to take down cell phone networks.
That was a bit wild. I saw that. There's a couple of those things that come up, and it's only the only one they found. But the implication is, of course, that there could be many, many more. And the idea, effectively, is that in effectively the first strike of a war, you can just overload the entire cell grid and knock out all communications, including those that are relied upon by civil defense. And it's a huge, huge deal. But much like the Chinese spy balloon from the last sort of dying days of the Biden era, it comes and it's there and everyone says that's fucking weird, and then it goes away and everyone stops talking about it again, whereas it should be a really major scandal. Then again, I'm sitting here in a country that's just about to build a massive new Chinese embassy over our top secret data transmission lines, which our government is fine with. So, it could be worse.
It's so sad. It's like Australia, ever since the Bondi Beach, now the PM came out and he's like, we're going to do another pass a law for a gun grab. Well, they're going to gun buyback, they call it. I call it gun grab.
Well, if you watch my latest appalling news, the Premier of New South Wales suggested that they need to double down on right-wing white supremacists to stop another Bondi Beach. And they're looking to tear down the bridge that the two extremists shot the Hanukkah revelers from, because, as you know, people don't kill people, bridges kill people.
Oh, of course. That's ridiculous.
Things have gone insane, and that's why we have to keep fighting, not only to save America, save Paul in Canada for his weather machine, and Little Platoon in the UK, because the UK seems to be going down the drain.
Oh, no. Little Platoon and I need to get together and
I
try
think
to
so.
save.
Absolutely.
But then where do we go? Because do I come to Canada or do you? We're both fucked. Which country does one of us leave from?
You know what? We switch places and see who gets arrested first.
You come to Texas where it's free. We're still free.
No, I'm not going. I can't go to this. We're going to be visually fingerprinted, really fingerprinted. Then I got to give 5 years worth of my social media to you guys. This stuff I'm not too happy with.
You don't have to give 5 years.
Yeah.
You just have to give another name.
That always helps.
Magic City Girl for $10 would love to hear the panel's thoughts on Elon Musk on Joe Rogan, not Joan Rogan, George. Joe Rogan talking about immigration homelessness. I did a video on that actually a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, what do y'all think about that? He was talking when Musk was on there now 4 weeks ago, talking about the homeless industrial complex plus the whole asylum racket under Biden, how they changed it from, hey, the dictator's going to chop my balls off to use them as a keychain, to now I can't afford Whole Foods and I don't want to be poor anymore.
I don't have an opinion.
I didn't see the episode. What did he say?
Well, basically, Musk boiled down to his time in Doge. What he learned was Democrats are responsible for 80% of the corruption. Republicans are responsible for 20% because they want their VIG. And that everything is a giant racket, from California spending $24 billion on homelessness in the last 5 years. And it's about $1 million per homeless person, but nothing getting solved, actually doubling. How they want the fentanyl and drug crisis to continue because they want people living in limbo, not alive, not dead, just to be able to vote and get their money. And then he went into the asylum, immigration, and how it all is just one big, massive racket to destroy the country.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much. We see that with the homelessness out here in California because, you know, Gavin Newsom has been trying to fix the homeless problem for what, I don't know, his entire political career. Yeah, well, quote unquote, right? But he never, he just wants to, you know, create all of these, you know, I guess NGOs that end up getting this money, and then, you know, his buddies are in on it and everybody's getting paid. But homelessness just seems to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger for some reason. So yeah, they don't really want to fix it. If they wanted to fix the problem would be fixed
because their budget
$16 billion, dude. Like, that's the thing. Has Newsom ever answered that question?
No, he hasn't.
Nope. And he never will, because he understands what the implications are. All right. He understands what's going on. He's doing it to keep he's got to line his friends' pockets to make sure that they all have enough money. And all we got to do is just keep running the same scam and telling the California taxpayers, we're trying to solve it. Trust us, everybody. Believe us when we tell you that the money is going in good places. And look, we just put up like a new little apartment or something, you know. And hey, that $24 billion later, we got this little apartment building for homeless people. You know, and it's just like, come on, man. Like,
And
this is a
usually
scam. This is a racket. It's ridiculous.
You look into a lot of those places as well, and you find that that most homeless people aren't allowed to go in them because lots of them have policies which exclude anyone who's drunk or anyone who's on drugs or anyone who's actually, the reasons most people are homeless preclude homeless people going into homeless shelters. But it happens all the time. And $60 billion is an extraordinary amount of money. That, I think, that's within, I think, 10 billion of the UK's entire defense budget. It's an extraordinary amount of money to make a problem
just lost and unaccounted for. Just lost.
Then what they say is, look, it's the problem's getting worse, and this means we need more money. And it's just, welcome to nationalized industries by default, really. You've got the NHS for homeless people. We broke it. It doesn't work. Give us more money so we can break it more so we get more money. You're in this perverse position where the people who stand to lose financially from solving homelessness are homelessness charities and NGOs.
That's it.
They don't actually have any real financial interest in solving the problem because it keeps them all employed. So, of course, they keep finding work for themselves to do.
But that's the problem. We had a mayor in Alvin, Texas, a story from 3 months ago, right? Small little town. She lost $10 million in the budget in 2023 to 2024. So people keep asking at the city council meetings, did you ever find that money? You can find the video. It's on X. She's like,
lose that kind of money.
She's like, I'm not an accountant. I'm just the mayor. I think we need to move forward. Her answer was, we need to move forward. I don't believe in living in the past. Like,
she didn't lose the money. They know exactly where the money went.
Of course they
went to
do.
somebody's mansion. All right. It bought somebody a house. That's basically where the money went to. And for all of these guys, it buys them houses, buys them cars, buys them clothes. That's where the money is, everybody. All right. Just in case you were wondering.
Homelessness, we used to solve it. The communities would help. Those who didn't want to work, we called them bum. Hey, look at Marco Rubio. Trump actually proved shaming and mocking someone works. He did it for 4 years, and then the guy changed.
But George, we watched that video a few weeks ago where the guy was like, "I have no incentive to not be homeless." He gets money every month.
I got it.
He gets food stamps every month. He
gets $600 a month.
He gets Netflix and a cell phone for being homeless.
Yeah.
Like,
San Francisco paid him $600 a month in cash, $200 a month in food stamps, gave him a free cell phone, free Amazon Prime, and free Netflix. Like, why would I want to work?
They should be in either prisons or mental institutions if you're homeless. If you can't find a way to get into a house and get your situation right with all the money and help that's been going out there, it's time to go to jail or it's time to get in a mental institution because you don't belong out there. Because what they're doing now, they're getting these encampments and then they're breaking in the stores and they're causing problems in the community, and it's becoming a big issue. It's always been a big issue, but it's getting worse. It's getting worse. I got homeless people that never existed before, like 2 blocks away from my house right now, and they were never there. But now, all of a sudden, within the last 2 years, an encampment has popped up. Why? Because the problem keeps getting worse, and the government has no desire to solve it.
No.
And so, yeah, it's to the point old ladies can't go out for a walk to the local store without getting harassed. All right. Regular law-abiding, tax-paying citizens are getting gypped and jobbed out of just a normal, regular life. And it's pissing me off, man. So, yeah, I can't wait till we get somebody else up in this state. This stuff.
Yeah, and that's the part that's really hard to accept for people who kind of think of themselves as good people for wanting more resources to be thrown at the homeless issue, is that you can't solve homelessness with money.
No.
It's not a money or housing issue. They think it just comes down to being that simple. Oh, housing needs to be cheaper and we need to give them more resources. That's not the problem. It's a family problem. It's a family issue. It's a mental health issue. You cannot address it through just creating actually more incentives for people to stay on the street.
Yep. No, but you also have to get rid of all the charities that are abusing it, all the bureaucrats. You have to jail a whole lot of people and judges. Here's the guy that I actually used in the video that Verbal was talking about.
You're going to be homeless. It's pretty easy here. I mean, if we're going to be realistic, they pay you to be homeless here.
When you said that San Francisco pays people to be homeless, what did you mean by that? You mean that literally?
Yeah. I mean, I get $620 a month, dude.
From general assistance, or what'd you get? How was that hard to get?
Phone call, bro.
Wow.
Phone call. 200 food stamps and $620 cash a month.
Wow.
Forget about it. Why wouldn't I do it? You know, it's free money, dude. This right now is literally by choice. Literally by choice. Like, why would I want to pay rent? I got a fucking cell phone that I have Amazon Prime and Netflix on.
The homeless actually make rap.
So, yeah.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. And it's also why they do the Soros prosecutor. So that's what Elon was explaining. So then you get Soros, who spent $75 million per election cycle getting DAs across the country and prosecutors who won't prosecute the crime. So then the drug dealers move in. So then they get people addicted and get them worse. Then you start seeing the homeless charities move in. More people become homeless, more chaos, more crime. People feel unsafe. They start leaving the city, going into suburban. They start leaving. And it's just this cycle.
You're saying that's bad?
Yeah. A little bit.
Just wondering.
Well, I did notice that, and look, I mean, Denver, it's like LA for the most part, except a little bit cleaner. But it's very little homeless people because it's hard to have homeless people where it snows, right? You can't be out in the street when it's like snowing and freezing, right? So I guess that's the one benefit of the cold is people can't survive out there. And they have to do something about that. Like they can't just let them die on the streets. Where unfortunately in LA, man, I mean, California in general is just an easier place to be homeless. It's just, it's sunny most days out of the year. It's, it might rain here and there, it might get a little cold, but you can survive on the street, right? So like that's the problem with a state like that.
Horrible. We also have Jocks 3185 for £2. Merry Christmas, Big G. Always for it. Always for it. Merry Christmas to you. Isn't it Happy Christmas in England? Happy Christmas. Mark of Reality for $20. Back again, the gas prices are going down in red states, but California is putting more taxes on gas, and it's about 8 gallons there. Is it 8 gallons there, DA?
Not in my area.
Manisha, it's 8?
345, something like 350, somewhere in there. That's what I paid the last time I got gas.
Someone
not
posted
as low
a
as it is in the
photo,
red
some
state.
spot. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We are the only ones not seeing the benefit of the low national prices. But there's one spot that was pictured at $8 in California, which is crazy. Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
Crazy.
$8. Wait, I wanted to finish. She had something else to say. Can you go back 1 second?
Like $300 to fill up your tank.
Hey, gas is pretty cheap up here in Canada right now.
Wow.
Hold on. Go back, Fletcher, to Mark of Reality. I want to finish what he said. Do you have it? Okay, just look that up in a second. Super Frandom for six. Oh, there we go. The Dems are trying to raise prices where they can raise the national average. Yeah, it's the same way. If another long-term video I'm working on. Which was, what?
So it looks bad.
Yeah.
Trump.
Of
We're
course.
going to make our people suffer just so we can spite Trump.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the shutdown. Thank you for that, Mark. All right, and we have a super friend man for €6. One of two baggage claim Platoon Shadow. Not sure if any of you are watching. Is that Daily Wire spinoff?
Doctor Who.
Oh, Doctor Who. I don't know why
I thought it was Daily Wire too. Yeah.
Doctor Who spin-off war between land and sea, but the finale drops tonight on BBC. I haven't watched Doctor Who since that girl came on. It was
Peter Capaldi was the last Doctor Who for me. So,
but are y'all watching Doctor Who?
No, I haven't seen it since fucking, I don't know, Matt Smith, David, one of the two. I was never massively into it, and I gather it's just become incredibly dumb. So not for me. I could believe the Daily Wire would do a better job with it. Maybe I should give it a go.
I did try the Chakoti Nuki ones.
You did you like his dress? Is that what attracted you? Was it the dress that attracted you?
I remember watching. I watched a couple of episodes of that, thinking you're making me homophobic.
That's too funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I couldn't watch them. I watched a couple and I went, that's it. I'm done.
You couldn't even make fun of him. I know.
It's crazy how many of the big franchises, like within 4 years, we just lost, right? I mean, Star Wars, Star Trek, the MCU, Doctor Who, just demolished.
Robin Hood now. Robin Hood was just killed. Did y'all see that?
No.
Amazon MGM. Oh, whoa. Fletcher, do me a favor while I'm reading this. Go and find the Amazon MGM poster for their new Robin Hood series. I'm going to show you the poster and I'm not anything else. Oh, yeah.
Love it.
It is. It's 10 episodes. I think next week is the last one. But
I
it's
hope
the
it's
poster
nothing like the one they did in Canada.
Oh, no. It's
Robin from the Hood. That was
that was terrible.
That was bad.
That was so bad. I had nothing to do with it.
If you guys haven't seen Az's from Hills
They're
vs.
great.
Babyface, if you haven't seen his reactions to those,
they're
priceless.
fantastic. Top
Didn't
notch.
the director like go mad and start attacking him and Disparu because like he was hate watching their reviews of his show?
Yes.
Okay, do you notice it? Do you notice wrong? That's the post.
Yeah,
she's holding
on his own bow. Oh no.
Wow.
He's got one hand on it. She's got another hand on it.
She's yanking his quiver.
Yeah.
Like
she's pulling the string.
And is that Bean at the back?
Yes, of course.
No.
They pulled Bean into this garbage.
Oh,
Hopefully he
Come on.
dies in the first episode.
yeah, that's
Bean
right. He
Bean.
dies in the first episode.
No, he doesn't die. I checked. He got a big
Poor
enough.
guy.
I can't wait to see them steal from the poor people and give to the government. That would be good.
Yeah,
And this time Christians are bad. Pagans are good.
Of course.
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. They have Eleanor of Aquitaine by Connie Nielsen. I was reading and I was like, come on. They've changed it. Anyway, all right. It was poop. Main human character turns into a fish to be with his fish girlfriend and swim away in the ocean. Also, sea devils catch dogs for food. R.I.P. Doctor Who. R.I.P. Doctor Who is right. It's very sad. I'm rewatching old Doctor Who now.
I was a big fan, man, for years. I love it. Yeah. This new Doctor Who is just awful.
Mark of reality for another $20. I remember when I was in the military on California bases, there were no California sales taxes, etc. there. They should put a Buc-ee's full service truck plaza on fed land in California just to sell $2 gas truck is shipping it. Hell yeah, I love Buc-ee's.
I love Buc-ee's. I've been to Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is beautiful. Buc-ee's is the way.
That's right.
And Rudy V6 for €5 when TPUSA invites Epstein's PR consultant Steve Bannon to their shows. Then it's hard to have sympathy when sane supporters abandon.
I'll tell you, Ben. I don't know what your opinion was, but I thought Ben Shapiro hit it out of the park.
Yeah, I would agree.
He did. Steve Bannon, kind of a nut job on that one. That was very weird. Yeah. But yes, I agree. Thank you, Rudy, for that one. Is that all? Did we get them all? No. Flying blind on a lot of
Wasn't Ben Shapiro and Tucker on the same TP?
Yes, they were.
Okay. Yeah.
They were taking shots
at
Megyn
us. Kelly was on too, and he gave it to her also.
Yep.
Yeah, I will say I had an argument with someone in my family whose name they'll be nameless. I thought Megyn Kelly was cowardly. She's been cowardly in this whole Candace thing, trying to play the Piers Morgan fence it. I'm like, the post is up your butt, lady, because she's like, why should I not support Candace? She's my friend. Well, okay, well, let me see. First of all, she said my grandmother was in Auschwitz for 3 years, who had her gallbladder taken out without anesthesia under Mengele's doctors because they wanted to see if she could survive. None of that happened. 2, she kind of blames Charlie Kirk's widow for killing Charlie Kirk. But yeah, you stay friends with her. Megyn Kelly is a coward.
They both did it. I mean, Megyn Kelly's response was, "Oh, I'm being attacked. Save me, friends," which is just the typical self-pitying bullshit. And then Tucker Carlson's was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to reach and pretend that this is the same thing as left-wing cancel culture. Somebody pointing out that I have duties as an interviewer is the same thing as being canceled." Yeah. Okay, that's really well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't mind anybody asking questions. I don't like people who try to tiptoe and play that Potomac two-step. It's like when you know something's bad, you can say, yes, my friend is an asshole, but I support them. Or you can say, my friend's a nut job, and they're no longer my friend. But anybody can ask questions. She's trying to make this all about, I'm not defending Candace, I'm defending a right to ask questions.
Well, kind of the problem is once you've committed to a position, it's really hard to back out of it.
Right. I don't like cowards. That's my thing.
No, I agree. None of us we can all afford to be cowards. That's the problem.
I don't like cowardice. Drives me nuts. Flying blind on a rocket. I wouldn't have survived my dad. Anyway, flying blind on a rocket sack for $5. Don't forget, GF happened in Dem-controlled city and state.
Yep.
Sure Absolutely. Absolutely. That's pretty much it. I'm going to show you this last thing, this clip, because I want everyone to respond to it. This just happened in the UK.
I await.
And then we'll just call it. I'll tell you what the article I was going to cover just in a second. But
it happened in the UK. Is it someone getting arrested for a tweet?
No, this is different.
Somebody bombing a Christmas market? Is it? I mean, what usual things happen in this country?
It's what they're debating about to get rid of jury trials. And they put in a new match. I was like, what the hell? The land of the Magna Carta. I'm still.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm going to do my best to get an answer, but I'm not sure I'm going to get one based on the two we've just heard. Without any kind of mandate, the government wants to do away with jury trials, and it wants to extend the powers of magistrates to sentence people for up to 2 years without any right to appeal, conviction, or sentence. Can she confirm that last year, of 5,000 cases appealed from magistrates' courts, more than 40% were upheld? Is it the government's policy to simply live with this number of miscarriages of justice? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm going to do my best to get an answer.
Wow.
I'm going to get one based on the two.
That's just the beginning.
Now, is this worse than this new program that you've got up there that they're contemplating, Platoon, where they want to re-educate preschooler boys to not be misogynists?
Don't be mean to girls.
Yeah. It's like,
what is going on with that?
Yeah, so they've introduced this new violence against women and girls strategy, which is because some government ministers watched adolescence, and this is how we base policy now. They commissioned reports from a couple of activist organizations who went around schools taking a poll, anonymous poll of anonymous stories, asking students to anonymously say, have you at any point ever in your life while at school been the victim of what you think was anything sexually inappropriate? Maybe it was banter, maybe it was a joke, maybe it was a name. And a bunch of people predictably said yes. And then the poll said, on average, how do you think this happens often? And like 50% of them said, yeah, I guess, yeah. And so the government's decided, right, we need to spend about probably £80 million on vast new programs to indoctrinate young men in schools about how not to be misogynist rapists, because they're all going to be rapists unless we stop them. It's an insane.
Does that apply to Muslims too, or what?
No. Well, nobody wants to ask that question because they claim, there's been a huge rise in sexual violence against women. I wonder if maybe it's worth asking where it comes from. I don't know many 11-year-old boys going and dragging girls out of parks into bushes and raping them, but maybe they're doing it. I just think maybe it's better to ask who's doing it before you start drafting up policy. But
well, first of all, I just want to say she asked for it. You should
Wait,
never
wait,
have
wait.
me on the
So-
show again. So
So what if you're a little boy who identifies as a girl? Is it the same
it's
thing?
not in this.
or-
It's not in this.
I think you would
survey.
escape, yeah, because the school has to take your professed gender identity seriously. So you would actually all you need to get out of these classes is to say you're a girl, which would be a strategy I recommend to my little nephew once he's old enough to go through them.
That is a magic loophole. You know
So-
what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that more. That I identify as a
Yeah.
woman. Like if certain things just kind of transpire, like
You didn't get that YouTube questionnaire. What was it last year? Platoon and I talked about it, where they were asking you to. They said, "Help us with our analytics. Define what you are." And it's like
That was really cynical because the small text was like, this won't be used to affect the algorithm, and then you read
Right.
further down and it's like, but we will use it to make sure that different people are better represented
Right.
across YouTube. So you're basically going to be basing views on identity. In which case, I am all of the races, and I am all of the sexualities, and I am all of the disabilities. So give me views.
So there's two things. Number one, this is just the ongoing war on boys.
Mhm.
That's been going on for 10, 15 years, longer.
Well longer.
Two,
Longer.
I did some research and found that in the UK, from K to 12 or whatever, from your divisions, only 25 to 27% of the teachers are men, which I think is problematic. You need to have male representation as teachers. I know from our experience here in Toronto, and I hate to say this, preponderance of women teachers will not let men become teachers here. They just won't.
That is
They
a significant
fight
problem.
as hard as they can to not let more men in. So that's two things. The third thing is, in that survey, if you actually read it, there's a section that the labor is pounding on, is the who's that misogynist guy from
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate. So they refer to Andrew Tate and what the boys' reaction to him was. But what they don't, the labor minister did not mention, because I read this, is that while they were influenced by his attitude and ideas around how men should behave, the boys in the survey, in a wide margin, hated his views of how to treat women.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually in the survey where the boys themselves self-selected themselves out of Andrew Tate's misogynist world. So what the UK government is trying to do is actually, that's almost not necessary. It looks like the boys have already the self-awareness to not be shits.
Yep, it's a really, really good point. But it's what you'd expect, because when the government commissioned this poll, they could have gone to anyone. They could have gone to people who are professional pollsters. They could have gone to people who are experts in studying the subject. They went to a known activist organization called Hope Not Hate. You can imagine what ideological bent that group has. And they found exactly what the government needed them to find to support the policy, as opposed to the findings informing the policy. So that was just predictable. But you're right. Most of them, they deliberately don't differentiate even who's even heard of Andrew Tate. They actually select based on only those who admit to have heard of Andrew Tate, which is not the full selection of boys. What are their attitudes toward him generally? And it's anything above neutral is justified as that's evidence of misogyny, even if lower down the line they draw a distinction between him being a good fighter, for example, and his views on women. But he is the bugbear. He's not, and they say he's surging in popularity. He's not. Empirically, he isn't. You can look at his subscriber growth. You can look at his views. They're high, but they're steady, and significant proportions of them come from abroad. He converted to Islam for a reason, and it's not to appeal to young white British boys.
Right.
It's not. This is not a problem, but the government needs it to be, because they are trying to distract people from all of the many things they're fucking up.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like the jury trials, which is just we didn't even talk about. But I mean, that's
I can't believe that's going to happen. It looks like it's going to happen.
Well, they have a majority. They don't have a mandate, but there's not sufficient votes in Parliament to overturn it if they demand a confidence vote. Jury trial actually predates Magna Carta. We had them before Magna Carta. Magna Carta solidifies them. They've been part of this tradition forever. They are one of the most reliable sources of justice for poor people anywhere on the planet. It's the reason our legal system used to be upheld as one of the best on the planet because of jury trials. And as the MP said, 40% of claims against the magistrates, they want to have total jurisdiction over these cases. 40% of those appeals were upheld because they get it wrong all the damn time. So it's pretty bad over here at the moment. Not great.
Texas, brother. Texas.
Yeah, very appealing.
All right. That was a wonderful show. We're going to call it here. I'll probably be back on either Christmas Eve or maybe a Christmas show. So I'm going to go
relax,
around.
take it easy.
No. Is that Hanukkah, Christmas?
Hanukkah's done.
No, we have one more day.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Thank you, Baggage Claim, for joining us today. You have anything you want to share or tell people where they can find you or something coming up?
Thanks for having me on, George. And everyone, this was a wonderful conversation. I really enjoyed this panel. And I'm Baggage Claim or Manisha Osluja. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok, on Instagram. I make content on various commentary about our current social state. I try to look at what's going on historically to give full context. And right now, I just last week released a video talking about the immense amount of fraud that's being uncovered in our government. And I think that I know there's always a question about what exactly is this administration achieving. And I think the big thing is this realization of just how much taxpayer fraud there really has been. The Somali case has been particularly interesting. So take a look and see if you're interested in any of that. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. I can't wait till you join us again.
Yes, me too.
All right. Who are you? You're the Canadian Jew with the space laser. Okay, Mr. Canadian Jew with the space laser. What do you have to share with everybody?
Well, you can take a look at Appalling News, my latest effort there. I think it's pretty funny. APAULING News. If you're easily offended, then go watch it still. That's the best way to do it.
I love Paul. Paul is amazing. All right, DA. What you got coming up?
Check out the DA's office tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be talking about Avatar. In the box office, we'll be talking about James Gunn, I'm pretty sure, in the DC universe and how bad everything is going on over there. Be on Film Threat Versus tomorrow and, catch the nightcap on Tuesday night. Probably not on Thursday since that's Christmas. And I do owe a anime nights to you guys because I did not get to that this weekend. So I might do that on Christmas Eve. But thank you once again, George.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Platoon, what you got coming up? Anything you want to share?
Something. I don't exactly know what yet. Probably going to be Avatar 3 because Jesus Christ, that movie's annoying. So my notes, because I had to do the EFAP on it yesterday, my notes, I think they've got like 53 pages just of notes, which is a nightmare when I have to turn that into a script. I have to cut some of that out, but hopefully that will be out before the new year, but realistically it won't. So either that or Stranger Things will be out at some point in the next few weeks, I would imagine.
This could be the first time that a movie is longer than one of your pieces.
I intend it to be longer. It's 3.5 hours. I don't want to do 3.5 hours an hour.
Yeah. You know what? We didn't cover any of the movie stuff. We got to cover that next week. But I figured that Avatar is 195 minutes long?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
It's
3.5.
something insane like that, man.
I was beginning to believe that Cameron actually timed it as long as someone's edible high would last. No other way. I will say this one thing we didn't cover. One sentence. In a Hollywood Reporter piece, he gave a big interview. He says, I can't wait till after Avatar. I'm looking forward to doing some new stuff. And my next movie after is going to be Terminator.
No.
Stuff.
This is the one good thing about Avatar is it stopped him ruining other franchises. And now he's free.
I took it as a threat because he's like, we got to wrap up a lot of threads. He goes, Schwarzenegger's not coming back. We're going to do whole new characters. And I'm like, yes.
It's like I said, man, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become Ridley Scott.
Yes, but I think archaeologists agree that there is no bigger dinosaur throughout all human history that took a bigger pile of shit than Terminator Dark Fate. But next, Verbo, what you got coming up?
Yeah, guys, you can catch me tomorrow hanging out with Paulie from the Latino Slant. He's having his big Christmas party, so I'll be a part of that. Then right after that, I'll be hopping on with Film Threat Versus. Like usual, I'll be hanging out with Nina Infinity on Christmas Eve. And VRL will be on Friday instead of Thursday because Thursday is Christmas. So.
Oh, don't we have Unchained this week?
Do we? I mean, okay, then I have two. Damn, I have a lot of shows. Yeah, catch me with George at noon and catch me with Nina in the evening.
All righty, that was it. Thank you, all you amazing, beautiful people. Every one of your support. I mean, you not only made my Hanukkah, my Christmas holidays, my New Year's. It's just amazing. Please go thank all the amazing support, all the gifted memberships, whoever sent them to you. They're wonderful. And thank you to Lord Thoth, Istaphobos, Eric K., and Fletcher Williams producing. Thank you, Rod Thunderheart. I love that name. Thank you, Dark Hierophant, Zent, Son of the Hut, and all of you. I will see you this week. Love you. And remember, decisions are made by those who show up to the fight. Have a blessed week, everybody, and a Merry Christmas. Always forward.